in-law got me cool socks for Christmas.
Those are nice.
Yeah.
That reminds me of my young days when I was with the St. Joe's Chargers.
I was saying, it does look
we were
like
blue
that.
and yellow.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Cardinals, red and black. We had the Falcons jerseys our senior year.
That's
They're all
pretty
black. It was sick.
Our shit was lame. We were green and gold, dude. St. Thomas Knights.
That's great. Those
Green
are
and gold
awesome
is tight.
colors.
You mean
It was
like,
tight, but they didn't
like
do it
Sean
right.
Kemp
Those are
behind
the
you?
coolest colors.
Oh
like
yeah,
that?
true. All right, I take it back. Our baseball, I you know what? I take it back. I just like would see like dudes had like black uniforms and be like, bro, this sucks.
Black uniforms were cool.
I know,
Now they're
like-
played out.
Oh.
Now the more traditional uniform, I think, the cooler. Now that I've aged into being an old Republican man. Hey, you know whose uniforms are sharp? Penn State. Just blue and white. None of that Oregon Duck bullshit.
It does get me mad whenever I watch like a clip and it's a different Oregon Duck uniform.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the
Yeah.
hell?
The
Oregon.
Seattle Seahawks were like highlighter green for a
I
while.
don't like
there.
those.
Yeah,
People love those.
I thought they were kind of cool, but now, yeah, I get the old man tendency I have is when I'm talking about like a place to go and they're like, is it like a vibe there? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. I
Is
don't
it a vibe?
know. I've heard multiple people be like, yeah, but is it like a vibe there? I'm like, I don't know.
You need
dude.
to expel them from your life.
Yeah, you need to cut
I hear a
them out.
lot of people ask me this.
Women?
No, I've heard like dudes be like, is it like vibey? And I'm like, I don't.
What dude?
What?
Who's doing this?
Maybe I'm just watching something on Instagram.
I don't think any of our friends would talk
None of
that
our
way.
friends. I've just heard multiple
Other than
people
Gardini.
be like, yeah, but like, is there a vibe there? And I'm
Gardini
like,
would be like, yo, what's
I
the
like a
vibe?
yeah, Gardini, what dude?
I'm going to go down to the mothership and see what the vibe's like. I'm going to
I
hang
think
out with them.
I've just heard comics talking maybe and be like, is it like, yeah, but like, is it like a vibe? And I'm like, I don't know, dude.
I'm going to start
I'm just
doing
sitting
that.
here waiting to go home. I'm just waiting to go home to get into my bed. I don't know what the vibe is.
Yuck.
My vibe's pretty blank and desolate right now, and I want to leave the social situation.
Laying in bed is nice.
No, it's the best.
Tossing on an audiobook, laying in bed.
Bro, I was crushing this weekend. Jared Klickstein, he wrote the book about being
Is he a
homeless.
computer Jew? The fuck's he talking about?
He wrote Crooked Smiles. He wrote a book, and I brought a copy. 2 copies here. He
gave
wrote
me
a
a
book
copy.
about. He spent time on Skid Row being a homeless, like heroin addict, meth addict. Dude, it was the most. First of all, I just love. Ever since I was little, I like to read stories about people like deeply on drugs like that. I don't know why, but dude, it's pretty fun to get like a inner workings on like what exactly a dude like sleeping on the streets in LA actually goes through. It's pretty sick.
Was that the guy who ended up, where did I just hear this? Maybe it was somebody on Rogan was talking about it.
Maybe.
This
He
is
just
the
put
guy,
the book out, and he's been on like the news a couple times.
There was a guy that went and studied homeless people like that
No, he did not.
and
study.
then ended up being homeless himself.
Really, no.
Oh, okay, this guy was the real
He
deal.
was just doing meth and heroin.
He got swept away?
He was just-
yeah.
Got caught up in the lifestyle?
Yeah.
Wow.
dude, it kind of, I could see it. I could see getting caught up in the lifestyle. In the lifestyle.
Yeah. No one bossing you around?
Well, it's like you have to by necessity form up with like you got to make boys.
You gotta click up,
So he
bro.
like chill with like Mexican gangbangers that were just on crystal meth and like you like set up tents. Dude, it's insane. Then him and his one friend, I believe Richie was the name, had like a nice run where he would go. The one guy was a notorious shoplifter. He would go in and all the stores knew him, so they'd get the fuck out of here right now. Meanwhile, my boy Jared would sneak in there, clean them out of razors and fucking soaps.
Yeah. Smoke screen.
Yeah,
That's
and then
smart.
they did that for a while. But then you'd have to. He said you would wake up and there'd be like constantly dudes rummaging through your tent. It would just be on. You'd have to sleep with like a pipe between your knees, and someone would be in your thing. And you just like you and your friend would just like break a dude's skull.
Sounds
like,
kind of fun.
Yeah.
it really
I do
does.
like the idea of doing crystal meth for a few days with your buddies at a campsite.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
being like, all right, it's bedtime.
It's like the ultimate sleepover.
And then like 5 days
It is.
later, you guys all wake up,
Your lives are in shambles.
start over.
The blackout
I'll be
wake
back.
ups are tough. He's like you just start doing like a meth and heroin speedballs and wake up with like he's like I ate like my lip and I'd be like fuck. Yeah, it's fucking gnarly. He got stuffed into a. I don't give too much of it away.
Getting
but he
stuffed into anything.
He got stuffed.
Somebody gets stuffed
He got stuffed into a duffel bag by black ladies.
Damn.
He weighed like 130 for doing that, and they beat his ass and put him in a duffel bag.
Holy fuck! Why'd they put him in a duffel bag?
Because they thought that this lady was like selling meth and heroin, and the lady, and she thought, or her uncle somehow
nice
got
to
her
him.
phone, stole her
Yeah.
phone. And apparently he said that a white boy sold it to him, so they thought it was him. He thought he stole her phone so that guy could steal all of her customers. So he just like went back there to buy meth, thinking everything was cool, and they were like, "You little nasty
Little
white
duffel
boy!"
bag boy.
Clocked him, dude. And
Yeah.
then they put him in a duffel bag naked. They were like all spun out on meth too. And then they
That's
made him
why.
drink GHB, thinking it was gonna like knock him out. So they're talking like they're gonna like sell him.
What's GHB?
It's like that roofie drug.
The date rape drug.
Yeah, it's like the date rape drug. It just apparently like if you drink enough of it, you just kind of go like into.
But he was methed out.
He was all methed out. So he drank it and just rode home on his bike. It was like, it's a sick story, dude. The story is actually pretty phenomenal.
Getting stuffed in the duffel bag. They should have used him as a fake. They should have done a drug deal with him. Be like, the money's here. Yeah. The guy opens it. Goes, wow.
Well, there were
the hell is a dude came by, naked crackhead in here.
A dude came by called Cousin Meth, who apparently was like trying to make everyone's just whacked out on meth. So he's like, when you smoke meth, everyone's falling into delusions of like, you're trying to murder me. You're getting it. This guy's talking to God. So this dude rolled by and was apparently like being like, yeah, he's all right looking. It sounded like he was like selling him for sexual slavery. But then again, it's like when you're on meth, it's like you can be hallucinating. This is all happening. Like,
and you're
they eventually did let him out of the duffel bag, and he got to just chill in a closet naked with these two ladies.
What the fuck?
It's crazy, dude. It's a fucking insane tale.
Yeah, it sounds like a Harmony Korine movie. That's a B plot right there.
It's an easy read. I read it all weekend. I couldn't wait to get back to my bed. Just
kind of makes me want to put Gervin in a duffel bag in season 2.
You might have to, bro.
Grease him up too.
We're gonna need two black ladies to beat his ass and put him in a duffel bag.
If one of the mechanics gives him a little meth as a pick me up in season 2, send him on a meth spiral.
His life falls apart.
I agree. It's gonna be tough to sell this to John. I've tried every idea I've had to sabotage the show.
Just him with a little bit of Chris. Just like just snort a little bit, bro.
Put it in his coffee.
It's basically Adderall. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Be like, here's an Adderall.
Oh my god.
What was that?
And one of the mechanics brought
How do I
home
get
more
more of it?
Adderall. He's like, yo, bump a little Chris, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
If you got your drug out,
Stealing customers' radios.
Yeah.
spinning a meth pipe.
Well,
oh, dude, it'd be so.
him screaming like mad.
Yeah.
He'd be really good at that.
Yes, he
It'd be
would.
great.
Oh, it's a good possible plot line.
Yeah.
It could just be one episode. You could just drop the whole thing.
Yeah.
But if he got whacked on meth, it'd be the.
Oh, yeah. Especially if you make him nude and you have to blur out his genitals.
Well, hold on.
Give him a huge cock.
Yeah, give him a novelty
Oh my
card.
god, that'd be really funny. Actually. But yeah, dude, I highly recommend it. It's a very easy read. It's very it's super fun. It was I couldn't get enough of it. I was done. I started on the flight, finished, and it was just blasted right through it.
Yeah.
So much fun to think about. Dude, I don't want to give this whole thing away, but it is for real. There's so many funny little stories in there of just him just trying to chill and like be cool with dudes. He's like, I just want a friend so fucking bad. He was like chill and like smoke black tar heroin with like Mexican gangbanger. It was funny. So funny. That's such a wild
I smoked crystal
life,
meth one time, and it just made me feel bad about myself.
You
I didn't
smoked
get to
it?
enjoy it. Yeah, this like cool kid came over to my apartment when I was 19. I just moved to Denver, and he had some crystal meth, and he's like, "You mind if I smoke meth?" And I was like, "Why would I mind? That's great.
I love cool stuff.
Yeah, I like cool stuff. Yeah, do you like
Can we put on
RC
some rock
cars?
and roll real quick? Or
Right?
something?
Yeah. We can listen to Third Eye Blind, and you can smoke meth. And then he's like, "You want some?" And I was like, "Yeah, duh.
Obviously.
It's 2 p.m. I have an improv class in 5 hours. Let's do meth." And then I smoked meth, and then he went to the bathroom, and I started crying. I had a meth pipe in my hand, and he went away, and I was like, "Oh." Yeah.
How were the effects of it? Did it enliven you?
It was right on. I was
Really?
very high. Yeah, I was incredibly high and productive, and I remember having a good improv class that evening.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm sure you thought you did.
I really did.
I'm sure you're nuts in there.
I was going. Yeah, there's so many new characters.
In meth culture, is there like the expectation to milk it, or like weed culture? Is it like, yo, bro, you barely milk?
It's
that
not like a
thing, man?
bong because you're constant. I don't know. I've seen a lot of people smoke meth growing up in rural Colorado, but when I smoked meth, he spun it and did everything.
Oh, cool.
So I was just breathing in.
That's not bad.
And then there was a big milky cloud, and then I coughed a lot, and then he went to the bathroom, and then I cried, and then I kept listening for the bathroom door to open so I could stop crying somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bad time.
How was the bro
terrible,
down
man.
after that?
The come down?
No, how was like the bro down between you guys? Eventually,
Oh, he left pretty quick. He just came over to smoke meth.
he had stuff to do.
Yeah, he was drifting through Denver, and I was like, "Yeah, of course, come over. I haven't seen you in so long. How's your brother?" And he's like, "Fine."
Damn.
Damn, dude.
That sounds so bad.
It was really bad. It was a very low point in my life. Yeah.
How old were you?
19, 18.
Oh yeah,
was
that's
my
big
first
out west.
apartment.
Meth is like meth out here was like a joke. Like on the east on the East Coast growing up, it was just like you hear about meth and be like, yeah, fucking right.
Yeah, you guys got the pills and the fentanyl, and we
Yeah.
still had good old fashioned biker crystal.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Central PA, we held down some meth.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I could see. Yeah,
We were on the pre-heroin. That was what we were
Meth
rocking
train.
for a while.
Yeah.
Then we became the
Heroin.
heartland of heroin, yeah.
Yeah, that shit's fucking.
Philly, Central PA to Appalachia. We were holding it down.
Yeah, true.
The heroin.
Betwixt two worlds,
Yeah.
heroin and meth.
Pittsburgh got after it too.
Yeah, but why didn't
Yeah.
Pittsburgh become Philadelphia? Because they're like the hub city of Appalachia on that side. So you would have thought that the pill problem would have worked its way towards Pittsburgh and not Philly.
Pittsburgh got it.
But as bad as Philly, like Philly's like synonymous with like fentanyl and trank now.
I don't know.
Pittsburgh. I went to Pittsburgh twice. The first time I went there, I saw there were so many people nodding out, like unbelievably.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's
so.
got it bad.
Yeah, it was like I was in like a grocery store and this dude for real bumped me. He was just like on a nod, and I was like, "Excuse me, sir."
Yeah.
Pardon me.
Sir, you should go lay down.
You should not be in this 7-Eleven right now. You are not in any
Well, it wasn't a
state.
7-Eleven.
You're in no state to be in this 7-Eleven.
Some of us are trying to conduct business here.
Tried to buy my scratchers. I was in Glasgow in April and there was a bunch of people. I was like walking in the rain in a park and I was like, God, this is so romantic. And then I just saw like dudes like on the nod in the park. And I was like, fuck, you got to be so sleepy.
I saw
to sit
heroin
in the
Norwegians
rain.
are getting after it?
That's right, dude.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Weege.
Damn,
saw-
imagine listening to them try to talk on heroin.
Oh, my God.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. Did you swallow your tongue? No, you're just Scottish and on heroin. Very good.
Yeah, there was a big documentary that was about heroin in Scotland. It was pretty nasty.
It's called Train Spotting.
Was that was the movie? It was in Glasgow.
Yeah, that was a Scottish film. Yeah, but I know that documentary you're talking
Yeah, the
about
one guy
called
goes
like
positive mental attitude.
Yeah, he's trying to bad brains himself out of
mate.
meth.
Damn,
Yeah.
I was watching one that was just rehab up there. It might have been the same thing.
I think so.
It was fun to watch guys.
It was awesome.
It was really sad, obviously, but it was a guy that was an alcoholic that just kept going to the hospital. That was his rehab. He would have to get like his stomach pumped and brought back to life. And they'd be like, "Are you gonna change?" He'd be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna change. All right." He just walk straight outside, go to a bar, and down a bottle of vodka.
Yeah.
That was the coolest part of the story because he takes you through the thing where he would like kind of get his act together and everyone like he'd be like in sober communities in his head he's like, I'm definitely doing heroin.
Yeah,
And he'd be like, and they'd be like, no, he's like, I know how bad it is. He's like, I'm definitely going to do it. And he's like, as soon as I leave, he's like, all right, I'm gonna get to this town. He's like, let me see what these guys are working with there. And just next thing you know, he's in the hospital with like a staph infection. That must be nice though to like get to go into a hospital after being homeless for a while. And he's like, dude, you just lay there. He's like, it's so
Like
fucking
going to the Four Seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prison was sick. He was like prison fucking ruled. He got Wes Watson'd up. He got tied in with the white supremacists in California prison system.
shit.
They found out he was Jewish, and they were like, "Go get the special Jewish." I'm giving the whole book away.
Who cares?
But he did the
Doing a book
Jewish,
report.
he did the Jewish diet because he like went in. The AB guys were like, "Yeah, dude, Klickstein." He goes like, "I'm German, dude." He's like, "Klockstein," and they're like, "Right on, brother."
Hell yeah.
There was a really charming story in it where like he gets the Jew. They're like, he tells the guys like, I got to come clean up Jewish because he found out if you have the Jewish diet, you get this food tray that like is worth a lot of money. So then they gave him like a little yarmulke with it too, and he had a guy with like total swastika tattoos. And all the guys in there thought that the Jewish hat gave them mystical money powers when gambling. So like the Latinos would all wear it and throw dice.
That's awesome.
And then at one point, one dude named John with like swastika tattoos everywhere was like, "Yo, can I please use your hat?" And he said they would handle it so reverently and be like, "Oh my god!" And he was like crushing in dice. And he was like, it might have been the weirdest thing. He's like, obviously nobody's gonna appreciate this, but watching a dude with swastikas in a yarmulke just crushing in dice and going Mazel Tov. That was real. There's so many little things in there that I was like, dude, that is the funniest shit in the world.
I told Nate last night that my plan, if I did go to prison for a long time, would be to approach the Aryan Brotherhood with respect, because you have to ride in that car, obviously.
Yeah.
And I would say, look, I don't want to be exploited. I don't want to be victimized in here. I don't really want to put in work and earn my red laces. What I would love to do is be an asset for you guys when writing your letters home or when you have to write briefs for any kind
they
of
would
court.
Gonna beat your ass, dude.
Right.
Beating
So-
your ass and fucking you immediately.
You think so? Right away?
The second when you're like, I would love to be of service, I could write you letters.
Yeah. That's what Nate said.
They're gonna, peanut butter's going in your ass crack.
Right, they're going to spit in my butt. Yeah. Yeah, he was like, yeah, well, not only does it make you look weak, it also makes you look condescending. Because what if they already have a letter writer guy? And I was like, oh, fuck. I guess I have to just kill myself.
Yeah, you gotta join.
That would be funny though.
I would
put in work,
join,
bro.
but if I'm in there for, some like low-level crime and then you have to murder a man in order to earn respect.
I don't think it would be that. I think if you just got in there and you could just hold it down, and just be real quiet, and they ask you, to be like, all right, what's up? 'Cause they'd make you probably like beat dudes up and shit. Because that's the thing, you have to beat people's asses. If someone gets like, I'm just from watching Wes Watson and this dude's book, but it's like, if you don't, the thing that apparently that really fucks people up is cleanliness. Like if you like,
have to be incredibly
if you stink, if you're not clean, then they'll beat you up for 23 seconds.
Right.
And then if someone else stinks, you have to beat. He like had to beat the shit out of an old man. He's like, I felt bad about it.
Oh, man.
But they were like, dude, if you don't hit him, we're gonna beat the shit out of you. So you have to like sock dudes every now and again. I don't know. Probably stab people too, but
Probably light stabbing here and there.
I think if you're not in there that long, you probably skate without like stabbing people and shit.
I would certainly hope so. But I would just like to help them like write poems for their lovers back home.
They're gonna kiss
I
you,
might
dude.
beat your
What
ass.
was-
That's literally my entire plan. Would be to walk in there and shake hands and be like, with respect, if you guys need any pros put into your letters, like I would love to help you craft just
Dude,
like.
they're gonna fucking kiss you, dude.
Well,
You're gonna get kissed.
what if I kiss them better?
True.
What if I'm the best kisser? I'd rather kiss than get
Just
held
going
down.
like, dude, I'm a fantastic
I
kid.
don't know.
Yeah.
Being the best kisser in prison.
Hey, it's better than being the best fuckhole.
I think that's
I
where
think
that.
one
I think that goes straight to fuckhole.
You think so?
If you give one of those guys a good kiss,
You know how hard it is to make a violent move with a person if they're smooching you so well?
you're not gonna smooch that well.
How do you know?
They're gonna get a boner.
I'm not going to get a boner kissing a bunch
They're
of
gonna
guys.
get a boner.
Fine, let them be hard.
If the kiss is so good, they're gonna want to fuck you.
There's a guy over there you can have sex with. I warm you up. I prime the pump.
Just
I
go
don't
in
think,
there.
brother.
I don't know. I'm
Just
just
I don't
toss
saying.
a
think.
double sig hail.
Yeah, you walk
Apparently
in.
the dude, and that's another thing too. Apparently they're not even like they have all the tats, but like the one guy tried to talk racist talk with the guy, and the dude was like, "Yo, chill the fuck out with that shit." They don't want race wars to kick off.
No.
So the big thing is like just chill out, relax, don't be a dickhead.
By the way, that's Sammy's the best kisser in here. If you need any smooches, that's our boy.
Damn, what if you got keys? You get keys to the block. You just kiss your way all the way up
They
to
might
OG
trade
shot
you,
caller.
They can't trade
They
me.
might trade you a little. They might go, we need a peace deal with the blacks.
Okay. You guys
We're
want
gonna
to smooch
send over our
someone?
best kisser.
But it's just kissing.
To the
Maybe
Muslims.
second base.
The Muslims.
You're gonna get bean dipped by the Muslim Brotherhood.
Oh, being dipped into the infirmary.
You could jailhouse lawyer. That's what you should do.
Right, yes. I
That'd
need
be
to do
the thing.
something that uses my wits and not
If
my
you just say
brawn.
yes, they'd be like, "God damn!" This instead of yeah, if you're like yes, they'd be like, "Jesus Christ, this guy's the lawyer."
Affirmative. Correct. Indubitably.
Whoa.
From all I heard, it's not that crazy. But also in the county jail is where it's terrible.
Oh, yeah.
When you first get there, that's when my friend said he saw a guy get stabbed in the eye, and that was when he was like, "Yeah, I should probably stop doing drugs."
Yeah, I should chill on heroin.
Yeah.
You get stabbed in the
He
fucking
said the county
eye
jail is crazy. He's like, "It's
by a fucking toothbrush.
Because those guys are trying to make their jackets before they get all the way up. So
well,
it's
it's
like,
just everyone's mixed in. That's where you first go.
There's
And there's
segregation.
like gang members there. And he said the one guy clowned a couple of two young like gangbangers from Chester and like was making fun of him. And he's like, everyone was like, "All right, man." And then they later that night just stabbed him. I think killed the guy. And they were like 22-year-olds got life sentences. And he was like, it was pretty gnarly.
Yeah, you'd be fucked.
I'm not saying it would be good. That's why this is my ultimate gambit. I go in and say, "Hey, there's some brains on the block, and he's right here."
That's a stabbable offense.
A lot of it is a stabbable offense.
Yeah.
Yes.
You should walk in there and be like, "Last place I was locked up, call me Sweet Lips."
Yeah. Nice to meet you. I'm also a quarter Mexican. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know.
They wouldn't care. You'd be hanging with the Southsiders anyway.
Oh yeah. The paisanos.
Yeah, you'd be hanging with the Southsiders.
I hopefully would be able to ride for all sets.
True, Rainbow Coalition, just bring a big rainbow. Dude, Wes Watson did you see Wes Watson spazzing? I think I sent you the video.
What are you spaz about?
Dude, he did the Fresh and Fit podcast.
What the fuck's that?
I don't know.
It's like manosphere guys all come together and just call women dumb, and it's pretty awesome.
Is it one of those pods where
Sounds
there's
awesome.
like 3 dudes and they're just yelling at
I
8
believe
different shaped
so.
women?
Yeah, I
But
think so.
Oh, I've seen those.
But
they did a Rumble
Only
live
Bros
stream.
live show.
They did Just Bros.
And
Just
Wes was
Bros?
one of
Just
the
to
bros.
see who the most jacked.
All
dude
dudes
is.
in white. The audience is just dudes in white t-shirts, dude. If you like, when they cut to the crowd every now and again, I swear to God, 80% of the participants are
Yeah.
just dudes in white t-shirts. I
Fresh
don't know
from the
why.
gas station. Yeah.
Let me see, dude. It is. So Wes Watson. They asked him like, let me see if I can find it. They asked him what his definition of success was, and he obviously his mantra, if you don't know, is being
14
ripped,
words?
being ripped rich. Yeah, it's being ripped rich and rare. If you ain't fucking rich, if you ain't fucking ripped, if you ain't fucking rare, if you ain't spinning some sick shit, if you ain't fucking jacked, and your bitch ain't a 10, dude, don't even talk to me. He's like, you're hanging here with a fucking 2, trying to tell me how to maintain my Miami 10. He goes, get the fuck out of here. And he just gives his speech.
Dude, the last thing you want is a Miami 10.
Yeah.
That's the last thing on earth you
with
want.
upgrades. And he goes, you better believe she's got upgrades.
Body mods.
You better believe she's got fucking up. With Miami 10 with fucking upgrades, dude, don't tell me shit, dude,
We put
about
a
your
pussy between her tits.
There's
True.
burpees on them.
He goes up. Dude, he goes on
I saw the
there.
one guy that there was a clip of one of those where a guy with the trans lady that was like, I fuck.
Yes, that
Is
guy,
that show?
one of the contestants on the, whatever, one of the guys on this Rumble live stream, he apparently had a debate with a trans lady, and the trans lady got up and stormed off. That was like his kind of claim to fame.
So he made his bones.
Dude, But the funniest part is, so they're arguing back and forth. Wes gets his thing. The next guy is like, yeah, I don't believe in any of that stuff. I think having a family, blah, he does that thing. And then Wes just cuts him off. He's like, I know you got money. They start going back and forth, fighting each other. And Wes is like, look at your fucking, take off your fucking shirt, pussy. Look at your tits. And like, it's so, and I'm like, Wes, chill. Yo, I'll fucking dip right now. And he kept getting pwned in the debate.
Really?
Oh my God.
Wait, you have a clip?
I have a clip of them squabbling. Let me see.
I would like to just see what this looks like.
Dude, it is, let me see. Here's this. All right, I'll give it to you. This is them fighting.
Is giving someone an expensive watch.
When do you guys really hang out with these guys?
This is not an argument.
Like, Jesus Christ.
They're skilled at some things.
Hang on.
Oh, like, dude, it's Miami.
Yeah, shut up. That's fucking...
There's boundaries.
Go ahead, man.
The whole crowd says, yeah, we'd hang out with them.
Different guys on the
this is
panel.
why most people don't invite me places.
Different guys on the
we
panel
can tell.
have different skill sets and different things that they bring to the table.
We could tell his tits are all jiggling. He's got like a half a fucking jelly donut. Hey, bro, your toupee is still back there in the back. Go get it. I shaved my head, you little faggot. Are you sure? Are you sure you shaved your head? Okay.
All right, here we go.
We're on Rumble, right?
We're on YouTube too.
Oh, well, fuck it. We do it live. We're not on mic channel. We do it live.
Bro, George Michael wants his pants back.
Dude, God damn, look at whose shirt is that? Dude, your fucking mom bought you that. Your aunt bought you that for fucking Thanksgiving dinner. That's like Oshkosh Bagosh or some shit. Jesus Christ.
Roast session today.
Dude, any of you guys who fucking, holy shit. If those are meant to you guys,
God
go fucking kill
forbid
yourself.
you say watches are not important to this guy.
No, it's the thing about materialism. You
worship it, dude. You worship
These guys
it.
must have grown up with money.
Bro,
The
you
people who didn't
worship
grow up with
material.
money chase money. The
Worship
people who did
materialism.
Shut the fuck up.
I can tell. I can tell by your speaking.
How the fuck do you think you
Listen
know?
how reactive you are. If someone
Shave
says,
your goddamn arms.
"See, you can't deal with that." I would have shaved my arms. I'm a man.
These pale
What the
fucks.
fuck is wrong with you?
Okay. Shave your body. Aren't you a man? Look at this guy, dude.
Okay, let's let Miguel finish this real quick.
Post these guys. Shave your pube. Hey, post these guys women. back.
Dude, this is crazy. You watch this shit?
But the best part, this is the funniest part. So they're fighting like that. Just the whole thing gets derailed. Mind you, there's this guy towards the very end, this big like Mexican guy. It's his turn at the end.
No one's talking. They're all screaming.
I know.
There's 15 dudes on stage with microphones.
It's this guy's turn at the end. Ready, watch. Then it's this guy's turn at the end.
I thought this was like some real shit.
Sorry, watch. This made me laugh.
It is.
Ready? Finally, this guy's turn to speak. He's waited 10 minutes. And then they're like, what do you think? Like,
We gotta chill, man. We gotta chill.
Ready?
I'll dip.
Wes,
I
go
don't
ahead.
give a fuck.
All right, what's success, right? Freeing the slaves. That's what it is. Mental slaves, man. That's what it is, man. And I gotta agree with Wes. You gotta help people out.
He's like,
That's all you have?
it's funny. Billy was talking to Billy. Billy, like, he goes full Matrix Bill. He's like, yo, did you know that we're all mental slaves to the system? It's like, it just goes nowhere.
You got to get on this panel.
I do.
Yeah.
Dude, that was making me laugh.
We got to get you on this panel.
There's a 30-minute fight, and he's like, did you know that we're really slaves in our minds? Like, the whole place is like, okay, dude.
The audience is also sick as fuck, dude. It's just the
Fresh and Fit Live Rumble Miami podcast. Oh my god, dude! I laughed for 2 days about that.
Yes.
I'm just that guy, just being like, "Fuck, come on, man! It's almost my turn.
my
Shut the
turn.
fuck up." Did you know we all need to wake up from slavery, dude?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Shut the fuck up, dude, him freaking out. Fuck you.
Shave your arms.
That was the funniest thing in the world. That shit, dude. It's like a 30-minute video. I watched the whole thing.
I could
It's
see
so-
watching that entire
it's so
thing. It's
funny.
really fucking funny.
Fuck you. Just in the middle of a debate. Yo, no one wants to hang out with these guys.
Counterpoint. Fuck you.
Counterpoint.
You're gay. And Wes could also kill all those men with his bare hands.
Well, yes. But then he threatened the one guy. The one guy was like, you're going to attack an armed man in Florida. You go ahead. And he was like, pussy, fuck you. Yeah, it was pretty great, man. But that guy actually it stands up for Wes. And he kind of is like, most of us on the panel looks at the two dudes who were arguing with him kind of like, fuck you guys.
Dude,
Oh,
when-
really? The guy,
he-
Free the Matrix guy?
The Free the Matrix guy's
tried to
riding,
link up
he's
with
riding
Wes.
with Wes. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, guys, you know my story. Mexican, immigrant, poor. Now we're making millionaires. Now guys have time to go to the gym because they're millionaires. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? We're slaves. Wake up. That was for real. That was like they 3D printed the weirdest personalities from the internet. Just put them on the stage.
Yeah, I love that the Tate brothers just lord over them. They all love the Tate brothers. The Tate brothers are too powerful.
They are top. They're eye of the pyramid.
They're top. They're the real top G's.
They are the absolute top G's. But dude, and then like I've been following Wes Watson because he took a licking in the in that whole thing. But he's back on it, just on his thing, just in front of his fucking thing, like his infinity pool that overlooks the ocean. Just being like, you guys still don't get it. You losers dressed like you're with your mom. Dude, it's so funny.
Dude, when
he's
you,
still winning.
When
He's
you
obviously-
first introduced the world to Wes Watson years ago, as a listener of the pod, I started looking into Wes on
Yeah.
YouTube, but I share the account with my wife. So she was like logging in that night to watch a funny video, and she's like, what the fuck? Who's this like white supremacist dude talking about programming all the time? What's going on? I was like, no, it's from a funny podcast. The guy makes some salient points.
I want to get him on so bad, dude.
Dude, that'd be huge.
Wes Watson.
Get the big homie.
That'd be good for tires.
Well, apparently he's not down with that race shit. He
No, I
said that
know.
before. He cleared his name early on. He goes, bro, that's just Cali gang life politics.
Yeah.
I'm not down with that stuff.
It's the lowest level of, what do you say, the lowest vibration or the lowest level
Lowest
of
vibration.
thinking? Yeah.
He also, I'm trying to get into his argument where he's talking about how like material stuff rules and how I've seen other guys do it. There's another guy I watch who's like a online influencer type, and he has these like 2 classic muscle cars. And he's a part of like hippie spiritual stuff. So when he shows them off, everyone's like, nice fucking cars, asshole. And he's like, the cars are like the mind. You have to change the oil in the car. He just has like nice muscle cars. It's like, dude, you just want a Mustang. It's all right.
Yeah. Well, he was deprived of material comforts for so long.
True. Well, yeah, Wes drives he spins sick shit. He's not, dude, if someone comes to him, he's not worried about that shit.
Your favorite car, bro?
The red one, the Aston Martin.
Tristan thinks well, guys. Critical thinking, I fucking love it. Very rare. Your favorite car, bro?
What's that mean? Dude.
Belmar is still king.
But
Belmar would
is king.
annihilate
I want
them.
to see Belmar on the Fresh and
I
Fit.
need Andy Elliott on there. Andy Elliott and
We
Belmar.
should host an event. Just get dudes and
Get the
host
bros.
a think tank. Dude, the funniest.
Yeah, make Sean MC it too.
True. The fun if Sean Lemaire join MC.
Yes.
Wes is just making them flinch.
No, but I think Andy Elliott would mog Watson, dude.
Yeah, well,
do you think?
they be talking money. They talk money though. They be talking
Let's
money.
talk money, dude. Andy Elliott.
That's a fucking good.
Belmar and Elliott are my tag
You know how
team.
easy it'd be to make those
All right,
guys
you
argue?
can't, you can't use Tate's. That's cheating. Who's your tag team? I got Belmar and Andy Elliott.
Shit.
Belmar's he's a wizard, dude.
I'd have to go with. All right, I would spin you a curveball. I'll get the big homie Wes and Certified Health Nut.
I don't know health nut like that.
Certified Health Nut's he's a true mage.
I'll
You
take the
think?
Wachowski sisters.
I got a feeling Wachowski is going to be a first round KO. Although none of the bros could talk shit on the Matrix. They're all obsessed with the Matrix.
Yes.
True.
The Wachowski bros could dominate with that.
Oh yeah, they gave the red and the blue pill.
They would all like take a knee and go, McQueen's.
The Wachowski queens.
My lady.
The Wachowski squares.
Yeah, that's a solid duo you have going on there. Belmar and his boys video where they talk about eating high quality steaks and they figure out that airline food is bad for you is my favorite one. You got to think about this stuff, dude. That's why we eat high quality steaks
I love
before we
the-
fly because
the
the
one-
airplane food's not good.
The one he's like, why do we eat? You're addicted to it. Next time you're thirsty, don't drink. You're addicted to drinking. It's like, yeah, you need water.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's the building block of life.
Why are you saying that?
I had those same thoughts when I was young. I for real was like, I'm gonna stop drinking because all I do is the reason I drink stuff is to push food down my throat. So what if I just didn't drink beverages and I just got a splitting headache?
Got a cramp.
I was like, oh, you actually need liquids. I thought they were a luxury. My bad.
A luxury. Water's a
I
luxury.
for real didn't know you needed water
have-
until I was like 22.
I don't have a lot going.
I didn't know you needed it. I thought it was like a thing you just did while you ate.
Yeah.
Did I send you that one video? It's been making me laugh.
Which
The
one?
Japanese guys. When I goes, Merry Christmas. The guy goes, Merry Clitoris.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Clitoris. That's what we need, dude. We don't need the manosphere. We need Japanese men.
We
Yes.
do.
Yes.
Mary clitoris.
That would be nice. That'd be a nice showdown too. I feel like the manosphere would ultimately defer
Japanese
also to
bros would
Japanese
crush
bros.
them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're all about programming over there.
It's true.
All they do. They
Suits.
sacrifice for the good of the whole. They're like they have an ant mindset, which is,
I don't think they wouldn't even be able to have a debate.
Yeah.
If we got like Chinese factory workers versus all those guys.
Luke Belmar versus Chinese factory.
Chinese factory workers would rip him apart.
They would crush.
They'd be like, "Why are you talking? We shouldn't even be talking.
We
We
should
should
get
work.
back to
We should be at work right
Let's
now."
get back there right now. True. Belmar would be like, yeah, but Belmar might fuck him up. Be like, yeah, but dude, who made up money? They're gonna be like, well, technically, I think China invented the coin, from what I heard. Rumor has it.
I'm sure there's money everywhere.
Yeah. True.
know?
I guess it has to be proof of money. So
Yeah,
that's so tight when they invented money. You could finally get the bag.
yeah.
It came out of
Before
nowhere.
they could never get the bag. Dude.
No bag. Nothing. You for real just sat in a crappy house and like tried to find apples.
Yeah.
That sucks, dude.
You crossed your fingers when the sun went down, they would come back.
Yeah, true.
I could kind of rule though. If our goal today was to go out there and grab some apples.
Yeah,
You
true.
get a good one, and then you come home. We have a party every night,
And you're done.
It's like we got rabbits.
Yeah, and you tell 6 stories. And
Yeah.
You're like, dude, there was a giant serpent 10,000 years ago, back during dream time. And we all just dance and bro down by a fire.
And there's no marriage, so you just bang.
Yeah.
Everyone's stoked. You raise each other's kids.
I don't
Yeah.
know, dude.
Orgy
You love
acid.
that bullshit.
What?
Fucking orgies and shit.
Yeah, you think I'm a Satanist?
You really are Satanist.
Oh, yeah.
That was a
The things
crazy
you were saying
combo in the pool.
The things you were saying. in the
I was
pool.
thinking, I thought about that argument all night last night
Yeah.
about his life inherently.
It was disgusting.
Is there inherent value within life? And it's definitely,
Obviously, yes.
Definitely.
it has to be.
Yeah. I just
I don't
don't
want to
know.
act you as a nihilist. I don't want to.
Well, I wouldn't say. I mean, yeah,
It's
I think
the
I'm more
most
of an
nihilistic thing
existentialist.
possible.
No, it's not.
what even is the
and then
value
you're
of
like,
human
oh,
life?
you edgy.
You were being edgy in the pool, and that's
I
fine.
was telling you the truth.
The truth is, you said human life has no value.
I said I don't know if it has inherent value. I didn't say it doesn't. I said I'm not sure. I was waiting to be swayed by great rhetoricians such as yourself.
Oh, no, I
and
was
you just
letting-
went.
no,
it sucked.
don't be nasty. Now you're
That's
being
not
edgy
true.
and nihilistic again,
No,
which
I'm
is
not.
cool.
No,
I
I'm
get
not.
it. Comedy is punk rock. Punk rock comedy coming right at you.
Yeah, says the man who's built a community with his own wealth and built his own things and put all of his friends in good positions.
Rappers,
you
dude.
are inherently
Rap.
punk rock in what
Rap.
you've done.
Yeah, but I don't fucking go around saying it.
I don't go around and say punk rock forever. Let's
Punk
surf.
rock forever.
No, I don't show up to the club on a longboard.
No, but the point of the argument was you and James. I wanted, because James is a Catholic man who's very pro-life.
yes.
And you
I'm
are
pro-choice.
And you are very pro-abortion into the third trimester. You
I said that
were very pro third trimester.
That was a nice
abortion.
conversation for you to start in the pool.
I was
Yeah.
waiting to start it. I told them I was going to get the debate going,
Yeah.
and then one of them brought up something about it, and I was like, "Oh, there it is. I forgot I wanted to have that fight."
yes.
Yeah.
And I'm not in favor of a healthy fetus being aborted in the third trimester. I am in favor of third trimester abortion and the idea that you find out your baby's going to be born with a backwards heart and die right away.
Yeah, but
What about
healthy
presidential
babies
fitness test?
Sorry?
can also.
Presidential fitness test.
That's right.
Hold
In
on.
utero.
I want to ruin his.
Yes.
I want to take away all his ticket sales. Keep going.
I just believe in. I think that liberty and personal freedom are very important. I don't
third
like the
trimester
state getting in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, life has inherent value.
Don't
dude.
those third trimester babies have any freedom?
I don't know. That's a great question. I'm not working in a world of black and white. I'm all about having a logical
Yeah.
conversation with people I respect. Which is you two. So yes, I'm always open to be swayed in these things.
I don't know. Third
I know.
trimester abortion seems a little wild.
Third trimester abortion seems wild when you hang that talking point on it, but for the most part, it's like I said, the baby won't be able to survive outside of the thing, the belly, as we call it in the business. Or it's a lot of women who because there's certain states will be like, you need to get to the clinic, and then you need a 3-day thinking period. And during that 3-day period, not only did you have to get to a different state as a Dollar General worker, you had to save up the money to get to a different state. You had to get a hotel room. Then you get there, and for 3 days, you have to put yourself up and lose work. And by the time that happens, you've probably gone past the first 2 trimesters into a week or 2 weeks into the third
How long is a
trimester.
trimester?
What's that? 3 months.
All right, so 3 days at a hotel. Nope. Nope. Wrong again. I did the math twice on that.
No.
Yeah, I got lost in the timeline. But no, life's inherently valuable because in order to assign value, you have to be a living, conscious thing. So life is the primary thing that has to happen before even value can be assigned.
I do
So
think
life
that
is inherently valuable because it's the only thing that can assign value.
Shut the fuck up.
Fuck you! Punch tits, bitch.
Nobody wants to hang out with you.
I'm a big man. I drive a big car.
They should break that. They should break those into those. What were those monk debates, dude? They should just Watkins, dude. JP and Watkins on a team.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
There's liberal ass Sam and O'Connor's.
Dude. Yeah, you always call me a lib, and then you'll be like, "How did your bookstore show go, stupid?"
No, I don't say
Yes.
that. I don't say
You've
that.
said things like
well,
that.
You
It's
say
funny
nasty.
when you say it.
Nasty things to me.
Because you started every fucking time, dude.
Nope. You
And then
started
you're
this
like,
one for the
oh,
record.
we're being nasty, huh? And I'm like, oh, are we being nasty?
I'd
Because
love
you
to
set
be
the
nasty.
precedent. I know you do. I love it too.
You love being nasty.
I do not. I hate being nasty.
You like it.
No,
And
but
that's
when I'm
okay.
backed against the wall, it's either I'm going to be writing letters home for you or I got to fight.
It's interesting you think you feel that way because I feel that way. I feel like you're the only one. I don't do that to these guys.
Well,
You
I know.
start it.
I do not start. There's something inside of us that beckons for the darkness within the other, and it comes out, and then we are like wizards casting spells at each other, and then at the end of the night we're like,
Guys fight every time.
You fight every time. I don't do this with anyone else.
It's crazy.
It's
I don't
just
know
him.
why either, dude.
It's just you.
It's subconscious. You guys are just both fucking.
No, he's there's something. There's something.
I'm a constitutionalist.
Whatever it is.
I like the Constitution.
The Constitution's sick, dude.
It rules, yes.
I like it, but I'm willing to suspend it just so Trump can continue to be the president. And I'll do whatever it takes.
It is interesting though because we get together and I'm so happy to see you, and then within 4 minutes, it's me being like, "Well, no, you're the one who's gay," and you're like, "Oh, we're being nasty," and that's after you've like put a gun to my head, you know, a proverbial gun.
This is crazy.
No, this is
Guard dog, help me out here.
yeah, guard dog, help me out
Guard
here.
dog, help me out, bud.
Yeah.
If I remember
I
correctly,
can't.
before the Howie Mandel podcast, you did start the nastiness.
Oh,
But
interesting.
then, and I remember, but again, I wasn't here the days before, so I didn't see the days prior.
The nastiness is constant.
And then, but
And I make a note before people, when you're around, I go, watch, he's going to start.
Oh, so there's collusion now.
No, people recognize it. They go, oh, yeah, he did start it.
Oh my God, I've never been.
I'm sorry, it's okay.
Without unprovoked nastiness, I am nothing but kind.
that is true. You are very kind.
He's very nice.
Yeah.
That's why I'm happy to have you here.
You know what I honestly think it is? And this is going to sound like I'm being a dickhead. I think it's because you respect me as a comic. You know what I mean?
I mean, this is the type of insane shit.
Am I insane?
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's why I don't make fun of them.
No, I'm just
'Cause I
saying
don't
they've been
respect
your
Zoe.
friends longer. You and I have
No,
come together.
that's not true.
Yes, it is.
All right, yes, definitely.
Yes, it is. Yes. Okay.
Guard dog is relatively new.
He's not as new as me.
Wow, this is
It's funny, I know. No, that's funny.
I'm one of your biggest champions. By volume.
all right. Everything.
By water displacement alone, I'm your biggest fan.
No, everything's good. You're fine.
No,
You're
you're
fine,
hyping
too.
up the
Fine.
big pool ball match. This is just hype before the
We
big
don't
pool
need
ball
the pool
match.
ball match.
We need
I'm telling you,
the pool ball match.
is a fist fight.
It has to culminate in this.
Godzilla.
The pool
versus
ball
Kong.
match is a fist fight.
No, it's going to
We
be
haven't
big.
even had a
Yeah, you
one.
guys are both such sweethearts. And then you guys get together and it's just
Oh, I think it's because we're very similar. And if you spot it, you got it. And there's a lot of that going back and forth.
you spotted you got is nice.
Yeah. And I'm saying that me as well.
I know.
I'm not washing my hands of any responsibility. I'm just saying I don't think I come in here eager to be nasty. I don't get off the plane and say, time to be nasty for 4 days with my buddy I barely get to see.
How did the last one start to you? Because again, I only oversaw. I didn't see the days.
I don't
before.
remember any of them.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't either. I just
that's
know that I think
crazy.
I'm a reactionary most of the time.
Damn, that's crazy. Next time you guys
I
get
know.
together, put the camera on and just
We'll
let it run.
let the people see.
We should have
Yeah.
GoPros on whenever we hang out.
Like those cats, like.
That's right. Yeah.
No, we'll see. There's a few more days of you being here.
True, the timer's on.
We'll see. I don't know.
Body cam's on right now. Starts now.
What's your badge number?
It'd be nice to see both of you guys
6.5,
right from your bedrooms at nighttime. Like, and then tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and be like, "Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit."
No,
I'm
it
gonna
does suck.
scream at him.
Because I do go to bed. I went to bed last night being like, God, I hope Shane's not mad at me. I thought we were just goofing
Really?
around. Yeah, of course.
When?
Last night I was in
What
bed.
do you think I was mad at?
I can't remember exactly what it was, but I was like, God, I really like being around here, and I hope that Shane's not mad at me for anything.
Oh man, no,
Yeah.
no.
Well, I know that, but still, you know, because in this business, there's very
Was that
few.
before or after you started fucking with the blinds in my room electronically from your room?
That was not intentional. But you know what? You know what it shows is you gave me that data, and you said that I could fuck with your blinds,
Yeah.
and your blinds have gone unfucked with since.
That's pretty
Interesting.
hard to do. Damn, that'd be the 6 a.m. full sun would be so.
Oh, dude.
I was laying in bed and all of a sudden they started going up and down. And I was like, fuck, they're broken.
Yeah.
I'm never going to fix these.
Yeah.
My son's going to be in my room at all times. And then I realized, I was like, oh shit, Sam's probably trying to go to bed.
Yeah. I was fiddling around.
That movie sucked, huh?
What'd you watch?
It's a bad film. Late Night with the Devil.
Late Night with the Devil. And there was a part of me that really liked it.
Really?
I don't know. There's something about it I liked.
It's stylized, and it's a classic tale of like, oh, careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
And they do it in like a new way. And I think that demon girl is very good at her job of being spooky, but also like serene.
It's just one of those movies that I know isn't that good that I like.
Yeah, it was 90 minutes of entertainment, but I don't think it wasn't nutritious in any way.
Yeah.
It was great cotton candy.
It was just fun.
Yeah, but then it tries to take itself seriously, and then it becomes this like they bring Moloch into it and like Bohemian
like that.
Grove.
Oh, there you
I
go.
like the Bohemian Grove stuff. Really.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, no, it was good.
Was this new? I don't know if any movie. I've completely lost track of like every movie coming out.
I saw Civil War and I said it was good, and people were calling me a liberal gay
Spaz
pussy.
on that. Well, you said it wasn't as bad as you.
I thought it was gonna be way worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
They
then
call you a
Alex,
liberal
see
gay
it.
pussy.
then
for-
Alex Jones did a whole thing on it. It was
Wait.
like if you can't see this, you're an idiot. I was like, fuck, dude. Jones has spoken.
Sorry, Jones.
You guys see Furiosa, dude?
I didn't see that.
We got to go all in on Furiosa. We got to round up the whole
Have you seen
squad.
it?
Yes, and
And
I would
you-
see
you're
it
saying
again
it's
in a
good?
heartbeat. Yes, it was excellent.
Apes is fine, dude. I was so excited.
It's okay.
What's that? It's been a steady decline in the series. You know what I mean? 1 and 2 were excellent. 3 kind of dumped the bed a little. This last one,
Yeah, I haven't. What the fuck did I went to the movies recently. I don't know what I watched. I saw Napoleon.
which I liked, which everyone's.
Napoleon was good. Yeah, I
liked it
defended
too.
Napoleon in a
Fuck
comedy
me in the
green
ass.
room. That was woke mind virus. Everyone who hated Napoleon was woke mind virus for sure. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck, because I saw the preview for Fall Guy, but I don't know what the fuck movie I saw. Oh, I watched Dune. That's what it was. I saw the
Dune?
Dune. I loved it.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You were
thought Dune
spot
2
on
was
with
excellent.
with the cologne commercial in the middle, though.
Yeah,
That was a
clone commercial hurt.
that was, but it was still, I liked the whole thing. I mean, I was like, this is cool. And when she
Yeah.
called it a cologne commercial, I was like, yeah, it wasn't that cool. I fucking hated it.
The riding the worms bothered me a little.
How'd they got off?
How the fuck did they get off those things?
Yeah, I was kind of curious about that too. And
Yeah,
how did
they-
they go underground on them? That was my question.
I don't
Like, 'cause
know.
They were, I think, weren't they doing a little bit of
Yeah,
this?
they're
Or
breaking through dunes.
Right.
that's fucking. Yeah, well, I guess they had goggles on, so there's that.
Yeah, you can hang on.
Goggles are important. Goggles were a big part of the child technology yesterday. Goggles were a very important resource.
Oh,
in
yeah.
this house. Yeah.
Gerby's has to wear goggles
I know, it's so funny.
because he's got a
Contacts.
fucked up contact thing. He wears, and then all he had at the local store was a mask. So he got to my parents' house wearing a big ass mask that like pinched his nose. And he was in there,
Stop, dude.
He's like, your throw wasn't that good against the Phillies. I was like, I would beat you up. Dude.
As he's wearing
He's
a
in the
mask.
pool with a mask like against the wall, like, well, it wasn't that good. Like, just a fucking
He has
asshole.
water up to here.
They were steamed up with water in there.
Maya got water in her goggles for the first time yesterday. It made me laugh so because she came up and she was like, she had no idea. I was like, dude, come on. She was shitting herself.
When I was on the burgers and you and your wife were out there, and is it your youngest daughter? I don't know if
Chloe.
you use her name. Yes, Chloe. Brittany was like, grab her, and you were
Oh,
like, can
yeah.
you chill? It was just a bad visual, and I saw it, and it was your daughter just face down in the pool, like the last thing you want to see. Yeah.
Well, Maya,
That scared me. That was in like the 7th inning. I was excited. And I heard Brittany scream
dude,
like,
I now learned kids can for real hold their breath like instinct, like they're good. I've like make them swim a lot. Chloe's again, she'll be 2 very soon. So it looks bad because she can't propel herself at all. So she just like, so Maya was like trapped falling
she
in.
sinks like crazy.
So I had to get Maya. I pull Maya out. And I watch Chloe just jump in. I'm like, motherfucker. So I go get Maya out. I see her in there floating. I'm like, all right, I get Maya out. I'm like going towards her. Brittany's like, hey! And I was like, I know it looks bad, but I had my head
She's
was
fine.
counting to like 5 seconds. She's good.
She sinks like a fucking
Bro,
rock.
Chloe
dude.
is like,
I've never seen it. She sinks fast.
it's crazy.
Damn.
And then she also doesn't know to like close her mouth. I'm like, close your mouth. And she's
Yeah.
like, I'm like, close it. And she just takes water,
They can't.
fills her mouth with water, then comes up and goes,
Yeah.
like, dude, close your mouth.
Lemaire still does that. And he still does it. Every time he comes out of the water, he pukes into the pool. That's fucking disgusting. You're getting good, though. You're becoming very aquatic.
Becoming aquatic.
You're built for water success, man.
I can't float though. I don't know. I've been
What are
trying.
you talking
You
about?
Hold your
figure it
breath.
out.
Breathe in and you float. You go.
You can't float?
He cannot float.
But you're so like you like have you're buoyant naturally due to the
section
composition of your
muscle.
body.
Section
You are
muscle.
dense. Yes. Yeah, the meat's marbled differently than I would assume. Yeah.
James Kidd yesterday thought I was naked in the pool.
Yes, he
And
did. He called you a nudie Rudy.
He called me a nudie Rudy.
Yes.
Because I
Anthony
had
and
big
Leo,
shorts up.
the kids were very excited to say that I have weird nipples. That was fun. Like, you have weird nipples. I was like, these are perfectly fine nipples. You little fucks. These are normal nipples.
That sucks.
Yeah. You gotta defend yourself against a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
My nipples are fine.
This is what a man's nipples look like.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. Anthony's the same way. Anthony gets in the pool, face immediately
Right.
in the underwater, mouth and eyes wide open. You throw him in the water, he's like. It's very fun. And you can throw the fuck out of him. He's
Yeah,
so
it's
small.
so fun to launch.
I was throwing him so far.
Yeah.
It was great.
And they'll be like, again.
Yeah, yeah.
Again. And you have to be like, dude, no.
I was tossing it
You
around
got
a
some
little.
tossies, dude. You got some tossies. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fucking fun. I wish I could get launched. Getting launched is so fun.
Me and Sam could tag team you.
You guys can
Yeah.
launch me. I would love nothing more than get launched.
Yeah. Felt
I
bad
used to love that
yesterday
dude.
because James, he was trying to tussle a little bit. He was wrestling. And then
He's a
came-
competitive dude, too.
He is, which
James
I like.
is ultra competitive.
Very
Yeah.
competitive guy.
Yeah.
But he came at me and he went under the water, which was a foolish mistake. And
Yeah,
I literally cranked on his neck and laid backward.
He told me his neck was actually kind of fucked up.
No, really?
He helped Brittany out with some bags, and he was like, I don't know why I tried to tackle Sam, and I think I kinked my neck.
Because he did get quiet afterward, and I was like, fuck, dude, did I hurt you?
This was after the abortion debate, too.
Right.
Oh.
So there was some actual hatred, but he was like, this is a 15th trimester.
Well, I like apologized, and you were like, no, you had to kill him. And I was like,
you
yes,
just-
I
In the
did.
pool, you have to. Lemaire will occasionally go for the ball when I'm holding it and I know he can't swim.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's
I
good.
just hold him underwater.
Yeah.
I'll literally drown him. You gotta let go. Don't let your pride get to you.
You know what I'm going to do for the rest of my duration here is I'm just going to be nothing but positive.
That would be so nice. That's
Okay,
what
you know what?
That's what a
Truce.
house guest should do. There's
Truce.
no battle.
I've been a good house guest.
There's been
I've
no
been
battle.
a good house guest.
You have.
I have.
Yeah, the burgers were incredible.
Burgers were so
Sticking your
fucking
ass
good,
on my
dude.
window was really cool to start the day.
How was your burrito bowl?
Oh, it was really good. Thank
Nice,
you.
yes.
Thank you.
Bro, the burgers
worry,
were
rent's covered.
so good. I crushed 2 of those
What
things.
does that even mean?
I'll get room. Room and board's covered. Dude.
We
All
just
you get one
truced.
burrito bowl. You get no. It was a good burrito bowl.
What was the burger count yesterday?
Me?
Yeah.
4 patties total. Yeah.
How many complete sets?
2 burgers,
4 pats.
4 patties. total.
Honorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patties go down like water, bro. The rolls
those
are
thin ones, they were so good.
Bro, they
dude.
were so good.
I was really impressed by how good you were. So much better than Lemaire.
Yeah.
Lamiz, what's up with your smash burger technology, bro? Those
Not even
smash
close. He
burgers,
smashes them. They were thin
they were
burgers.
so good, bro.
I'm not a fan of the smash burger. It's too easy to cook.
Ooh. You're too good at cooking.
What?
You're too good at cooking
Sam,
burgers.
positive.
Positive.
Now
Yeah.
you have all the permission to be negative right now. Give him a shot.
You know what? I hear you and I respect it.
You think the reason he's better than you? Wait, his tastes better, but that's just because they're too easy.
No, smash burgers are easy, dude. I can make the smash.
And you think smash burgers are easy to accomplish on a grill that has grates on it as opposed to
You did
like
those on grated grill?
Yeah,
yes.
you know.
Yeah.
That's
What
not
do you do
true.
with your burger? What's your burger composition? What's your
it's
patty
just-
look like?
It's just
Ground beef, trying to get a little bit.
No, I'm just asking. I'm here to learn.
There's that tone.
No, I'm
There's that
learning.
feminine tone.
No. It's a cultural exchange. Teach me.
And I like, personally myself, I like to go 80-20 lean fat.
You don't
know?
have any spices though. You had the spices.
No,
That's
I
what
spice
like.
it up, dude.
That's
That's
what I
not
like
true.
about the
I
spices.
spice it up, dude.
Nah,
my
not like
spices
that.
are so good you don't notice them.
What's your
That's why.
seasoning? What seasoning?
I
do you
use salt, pepper, garlic powder, and cayenne pepper.
What you usually
And
have a classic
wait,
salt and pepper.
I'm not even done with the meat yet, brother.
No.
I'm not even done with
Well,
the meat.
Brittany showed up with her own onion
She
and
black
garlic
wiped the fat for
powder.
the burgers,
Yeah,
yeah.
she did. And then I knew that she was going to be having them, so I spiced the shit out of
They were
those
so
things.
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
They were really good.
I really hit them. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I
black
like to
wife
do,
will damage your
Lemaire?
taste
I like
palate.
to go with fatty pork ground up.
Oh,
and then
that's what
about
was in 'em.
95% lean beef, a 2 to 3 ratio, beef to pork, and then you mix that together.
I didn't get to finish my fucking ratio.
Onion
There's,
powder.
dude, there's,
Shut the fuck up.
there's spice, there's meat in there that I didn't even get to use for the last time.
That's
I made
what was in
burgers.
them.
I usually make
Yeah, it was the pork. That's
Beef
why
and,
Sam's were so good.
Mine are good. Yeah, I haven't been lucky enough to experience the.
I have. I've had them both.
Yeah.
As a neutral observer, yours are 10 times better. Interesting. It's not even fucking close, dude.
That pork was crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot that's what the touch was. I was like, dude, I smashed 2 of those burgers, complete sets.
That's good.
But I wanted some more. Big time, man.
I made the boys some hot dogs when they got home, so they got some pool fun.
Yeah, the kids came by and ate some hot dogs.
Kids came by, ate some hot dogs. I don't even think they said hello to me.
No, they were in the pool right away.
It was crazy.
Yeah, Sean had like 12 Pepsis. He smoked a joint. He came in and ran right to the pool.
That's fucking
And
nuts,
as he
dude.
ran by, he went, "I'm hungry."
It's not true.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no fucking burgers left. Fuck.
Mr. Talent, can I have a hot dog? And then he cannonballed into the pool.
Sure, Lemaire's friend.
None of this is true. I said hello.
Yeah, it was funny that the boys showed up.
Just crushed hot dogs.
I asked Sean jokingly, "Sean, do you like hot dogs?" Knowing your long storied past with hot dogs, and your eyes lit up.
Yeah, I was starving,
Yeah,
And you like hot dogs.
and I love hot dogs.
Prefer dogs to burgers?
No, I like burgers more, but dogs
Yeah.
are nice. And 1-and-1 is my favorite
Yeah. Classic.
combo.
oh yeah, the number 10 on the plate.
Combo.
Combo.
Combo. What else do we got?
You know what
really.
we got? Just nothing but positive vibes moving forward.
True, man.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think we done did it. What are we at now? Oh, we're at 55.
Oh, yeah.
55.
Then we need Lemaire to go out and smoke a 70-mile-an-hour pitch through the fence.
Yeah,
Yes, we
dude.
do.
Now, what's it? You're just saying this because you think the fence is shitty, right?
The fences.
You think a sturdy fence you get through?
That's a strong fence, dude.
Oh, really? I think it's kind of it feels breakable.
I don't know, man. I don't think they keep care of it, you know, in terms of like they stain it and stuff. It looks like.
You can't jump to that thing.
Let's see.
I'd love to see you just pelt some balls at a fence over and over again.
That could be the last 5 minutes. That could be last 4.5 minutes or 3.5 minutes.
We could pause it and go out there and let you throw one through the fence.
You could live react to it, and I could film it and put it on the end of the episode from in here.
Well,
we could
just in
open
case
the
he
shit.
breaks my fence.
Oh, true.
He's not
No.
gonna break the fence, dude.
No,
There's not
no,
a
no.
fucking shot he's gonna break the fence.
Yeah.
If he breaks your
I don't
fence,
know.
I'll
I'm getting
personally
He's the
hire
rookie of the year.
carpenter.
He might be the rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Throw the T-ball one. The T-ball ball won't go through. It's rubber.
Damn, I have a
Oh,
ton of
you ruined
tennis
it. I was going to give him the T-ball one to make sure it absolutely just bounced pathetically.
Sorry.
Do you have lingering fear that he might actually break through your fence?
He might crack that.
I
The
don't
fence
think
is
he
old, shitty.
Huh.
I don't think he cracked the fence at all.
All right, well, let's pause it and go see.
Yeah.
All right,
Let's
be
go.
right back. That's not even 60 feet, but go ahead.
From where to where?
That's not even a pitcher's mount, but
Stand over there. Pretty good.
I didn't think you'd hit the fence.
We reviewed the tape. I'd say that was in the upwards of probably 65.
Yeah, that was
Shy
probably
of
70 mile an hour chuck. I did not break the fence.
Straight
Believe
line.
it or
though.
not, did not break the fence.
That was a straight. That was like it was on a rope. Just
It hit much higher on the fence than I thought it was going
That
to.
hit the last
he sailed
possible
it a
board.
little. He threw it as hard as he could, and he sailed it.
yeah.
That's not where he was aiming.
No.
He was aiming over to the left and down. But
Strike
that's
zone.
all right.
You're jamming the batter up. You throw it high and tight.
Brushed him off. A little chin music.
Well, you had a month, Lemaire, to fucking smoke.
Man,
a
you
hole
got a
through that
month to
fence.
break my fence.
If you don't break it, you have to move out.
True.
Oh no.
No,
must
you
be
can,
stakes.
You can stay. I think I have to leave for a while.
True.
You have to tend to the house
the ranch.
and the new cat.
Dude.
I wish.
What about cats?
Multiple cats.
Two. Just two.
2 Mancunians.
Just friends. Just your best friends.
1 Mancunian, 1 small guy.
Yeah,
I think them buddies.
Buddy comedy.
You know I love that. You know I want a gatito.
Why not have them? You can have two nice little cats just popping around here.
I want the cat.
Get
I
'em,
can't
dude.
have the cats. I'm gone all the time.
They'd be
Bro,
totally.
do you know what would happen to that kitty litter?
Oh, yeah.
You think I'm fucking touching that? What, Lemaire's gonna do it?
Yeah.
There's also a robot that will maintain your kitty litter.
True,
which
you can do
someone
the
told me
robot
about
one.
last night for way longer than I was interested.
Who hit you with that?
Someone.
You can attach it to the plumbing?
Someone whose
that
name is
knowledge.
better not to say on this pod.
You can attach it to the plumbing, Sean said.
Allegedly.
You can attach
That's what I've heard.
cap hoop to
I don't know
Yeah,
how it
shit in a
works, but
toilet?
I've heard
A
that
cat
you can
toilet?
get a
Outdoor
fancy
litter box.
cat toilet,
Indoor,
yeah.
outdoors.
You can
It's
have an
gonna be an
outdoor
outdoor cat. He's
Yeah.
gonna get killed by one of the, whatever those animals are that are killing. Dude, there's animals right every single night.
Coyotes,
scream
probably.
killing something.
I saw a coyote in my neighborhood.
I don't think it's coyotes because you'd hear more than one.
Oh, yeah.
Like they'd be
Oh, they're
yipping.
just fucking killing.
It's just one thing that's like "Rah!" every single night.
That was actually me worried that you were mad at me.
Realizing you're on his blinds.
Yeah. I respect him so much.
Sam, you've changed, man.
I was being dead serious.
You've changed,
I was
bro.
in there being like, God, I hope Shane's not mad at me.
No, I wasn't mad at you.
No, I know, but still. There's very few people who you think are funny when you do stand up for a long time. And I really think you're funny. So
I think you're funny, man.
I know that. That's why.
Yeah, he made
Yeah.
a fool of himself.
An absolute fool of himself. He tried to delete it, and I shared it just to teach him a lesson.
Yeah, I regret it very much.
What did you do exactly?
I just
It's not exactly. Don't say exactly what you did.
I got really drunk and opened up Instagram Live and played Lakeshore Drive. Do you know that song, Lakeshore Drive?
Yeah.
It's very good. And I listened to that, and I just wanted to share a moment with everybody, and I regret it very much.
You should.
Well, you learned. That's good.
Thanks, guys.
We could try to.
It'll go away. It'll never.
Yeah, it's not forever, so that's good.
Well, thanks for coming here and doing this. I'm
honored to be here.
Please, we're honored. For real. I've been really happy about this. So it's just pumping me up. And apparently, so you are because they've been trying to say you're totally out of it, but now you guys have had what you guys are on all the ballots now in all 52 states.
No, we're on the ballots in 14 states. We got on Texas today. We needed Texas the hardest one because you have 45 days to get 100,000 signatures. But we found here what we're finding elsewhere. It's incredibly easy for us to get signatures. So we got 250,000 signatures, which we try to get at least double what we need because the DNC and the RNC are going to come in and try to go through every signature and try to, exclude them.
Really? So they take that very seriously.
Yeah, they're
But
going to
not,
try. Their strategy is to keep us off the ballot.
Yeah.
They're trying to save democracy by destroying it.
Yeah.
Well, that's
that
my
makes
fault.
sense.
I totally, for some reason, I must have got misinfoed. I thought it was
No,
a
but
200.
we've done the hard states. We're going to get on the ballot, and I think they're beginning to realize that now. We're on. We've done really effectively all the hard states. We're not on the other really hard state is New York, where you need 45. You have 45 days to get 45,000, but you also there's these other provisos that you have to get them from certain counties and certain congressional districts a certain amount. And we had a firm come in that we hired to do our ballot signatures. So we had 100,000 volunteers in the state, and then we had a firm come in that was charging us. But we suspect that the firm was actually secretly working for the DNC, and they did things to invalidate almost all the ballots they collected. That if we had not discovered it early, it would have sunk us. So we're about to file litigation against them.
If only it was a mail-in vote, I think they would take it less seriously.
So you have to get per state. You have to get a certain amount of signatures to be on the ballot. Is that how it works?
Every state.
Jeez. Okay.
This is what I always thought, and correct me if I'm wrong. I always thought it was a bad move by the DNC to try to get you off the ballot because I thought you might take more votes away from what otherwise would be a Trump voter. What do you think of that?
I take more votes away from Trump than I do from Biden at this point. So we've polled our own people, and we take about 57% of the people who are our supporters who we poll say that if I drop out of the race, they'll vote for President Trump, which is why President Trump now has opened up all the firepower against me. But we also did a poll. We did the biggest poll ever done, at least in this presidential race. A typical poll like the Quinnipiac poll or the Harvard-Harris poll, the Siena poll, the Gallup poll has from 1,200 to usually 2,200 people that they interview. We surveyed 26,000 people. The poll has a margin of error of virtually zero. So anybody who does that poll would end up with the same results. And it was very interesting because what it shows is that if I stay in the race, Biden loses. If I get out of the race, Biden loses even worse. He loses 2 extra states, Maine and Virginia. We did every state. And if Biden dropped out of the race, I would beat Trump. So Biden cannot beat Trump, but I will beat Trump. I don't beat him by much. I beat him by 3 electoral votes, but Biden loses catastrophically to him. And then if Trump dropped out, which of course will never happen, but then I beat Biden in a landslide. So I beat President Biden. I take 39 states and he only gets 11. So I'm actually in a different position nobody's ever been in history, which is a third-party candidate who in a head-to-head race will beat either of the candidates from the major parties.
Damn, and they won't debate you at this point? Neither of them will?
Well, the debates are scheduled after the conventions. So there's a presidential debate commission, and it has scheduled 3 debates. The first one is in September 18th. And if I meet certain metrics, which the big metric is 15% in recent polling, then I will be on the debate stage, and I should meet that metric. So they should have to debate me. I mean, they should debate me anyway because of because my favorability ratings are better in every poll. My favorability ratings are better than either President Biden or President Trump. So if they want to do the right thing, they would debate me. So I don't think they. Do you think President Biden is going to debate?
I don't think he'll debate.
I don't think he can.
I think they'll say that if they debate Trump, that's a threat to democracy, and they won't dignify Trump with a debate.
Yeah, they'll say that they're legitimizing him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is weird since he's already been president.
He's a criminal though. Yeah, he's going to jail. But so how do you deal with because you get crushed all the time in the media for just I followed it from a long time for they were saying you communicate with your dead ancestors, which every different thing I've seen, if you read it for 2 seconds, it's oh, you're talking about a meditative exercise. That if anyone else said it, it'd be oh, that's actually really nice. So how do you, what are some of the weirdest characterizations or whatever you've had? And how do you deal with that?
Well, they've applied everything to me. I mean, anti-Semitic, racist, talks my dead ancestors, anti-vax, anti-science. I mean, we should make a list of them. This week it's that I have a brain worm, which was actually true.
Damn. Got you.
That was a tough one.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Brainworms, tough.
Yeah, that was, I think, 13 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it was in a deposition for my divorce. And I think it was 12 or 13 years ago. And the New York Times went it back and dug up that deposition.
Wait, she brought it up in the divorce hearings?
I don't know. It was in a deposition. So
it's a good move by her.
For sure.
Yeah.
This guy's crazy.
He's got fucking brain worm.
Yeah. But I forget the context in which it was brought up. But at that time, I was having a lot of brain fog, and I was having trouble with word retrieval. And so a guy who was a buddy of mine, he was actually a guy I was in prison with for the summer of 2001. I was in maximum security prison, and he was my cellmate. He's the head of the biggest labor union in the country, Dennis Rivera. This was when we were put in jail for protesting Vieques, the bombing of Vieques, and I had won. I had been the attorney for the people of Vieques at that time. And we were good friends, and because he was the head of the hospital's union, he had a lot of contacts in the hospital, and I told him that I was having this trouble, and he said, I'm going to get you in for a CAT scan. He got me in for a CAT scan. The CAT scan showed a black dot in my brain, and they said it was a tumor. They said it's got to be a tumor. My uncle had died only a couple of months before from glioblastoma, which is a brain tumor. And my Uncle Teddy, had been on the chairman of the health committee in the United States Senate for 50 years. So we had really good contacts in the medical community. And we, at that point, because they'd all been involved, the best oncologists and neurologists in the country had been involved in treating him. So they were all on the speed dial and, family phones. So I was able to take these films and send them around to the best doctors in the world. And they all said, yeah, it's a brain tumor. And then I had to get surgery, and I was going to use the same surgeon that Teddy did, which is this guy in North Carolina at Duke. And I was going in to pick up my films on the Monday, and I was scheduled for surgery on the Tuesday, which I was not looking forward to. And there was a young doctor, an Irish doctor, who was sitting in the office where my films were at Columbia Presbyterian. And we struck up a conversation. It was about Ireland and stuff. And he said to me, "What are you here for?" And I said, "I got a brain tumor." And he said, "Can I look at your films?" And I said, "Yeah." So he put them up on the light board. And he stared at them for a long time. And meanwhile, we'd had literally the best surgeons in the world looking at these. And this is this young kid. And he looks at it and looks at it. And he said, and then he turns to me and he said, "I don't think you've earned surgery." And I was like, "Tell me more." And he said, "There's something about this. I don't think it's a tumor." He said, "What you should do is measure it really precisely. And then 6 weeks later, measure it again. If it's a tumor, it'll grow. If it's not a tumor, it's something else." So I went back every 6 weeks for the next 6 months, and it never grew. And then at the end, he said, "It's probably this thing called neurocystic sarcosis, which is like a form of a tapeworm that gets in your brain." And he said, "It's dead. It's not in there where you'd see it." But apparently it's very common in India, and I had traveled a lot in India, because of my work. It's also common in the hog industry, and I had been suing the hog farms for 10 years.
Pig suing.
So I don't know exactly where I got it, but anyway,
what
it's dead.
What part of your brain was it in?
It was on my left side in the front.
Okay, so I think that
I don't
part
know.
it's not super important for what I know about brains. Front is important, and like the bottom, pretty important. Sides are just like memory and balance. You don't need that. You don't need that.
The worm was, you couldn't remember words. It was eating the words. What was this, a bookworm?
No. I don't actually think the worm was causing me
I
any
sat on
problem.
that for 5 minutes. Pause.
So that was the theory, though.
I don't think it was. Because at the same time, I found out that I had huge mercury levels. So I had 10 times the amount of mercury that EPA considered safe. When I chelated out the mercury, all my cognitive issues were resolved. And so I don't even think that the brainworm, I don't know what the brainworm did. A doctor told me at one point, he said, you could lose 10 IQ points and you'll never know it.
True.
He said, even people around you won't really notice it. So I don't know, do you think you're as smart today as you were when you were a kid?
I don't know. I can't tell. I think I'm smarter, but I might.
You've gotten smarter.
I got Audible. Audible helped me a lot. I was pretty dumb. Now
I've gotten significantly dumb.
Yeah, Audible is good.
Audible is good.
You think you've gotten smarter?
No, I've gotten dumber. Yeah.
Except from the drinking.
Yeah, probably alcohol, lack of sleep for a long time.
Stress.
That'll do it. Stress. It's incredible.
Well,
stress.
I know this, that my kids seem a lot smarter than I was, and they think they're smarter than I was. So.
Yeah, they have the leg up though. They get, they have the benefit of how smart you are. Then you raise them with your level of smartness, so they get, more smartness. I went to school for psychology for a year. Well, here's a question. This always kind of cracks me up, but because I'm like been fascinated with like how you're portrayed and all this stuff. And the thing that really kind of cracks me up is when people are like, "Oh, like you're coming on these positions, you're grifting, you're trying to get supporters." But then the things they're hitting you for are like, again, vaccines, wildlife preservation. It's like if you were truly grifting, I feel like you would just be like, "We got to fund Ukraine. We need more vaccines." Like you could rise to the top of the Democratic Party tomorrow, I guess, if you were like, "I love Ukraine. We got to fund the war. We got to do this. We got to do that." And then you get accused of like
when I took my
position
on Ukraine, which was the beginning of the campaign, it was 86% of Americans supported the war in Ukraine. So it was not like a proper position.
Yeah.
People recently started saying this about me because my official position changed on the abortion issue. And so they said, well, he flip-flopped on that. But, I don't think anybody really seriously accused me of being a flip-flopper for the reason that you say, that I've taken very, very unpopular positions and stuck with them. And what I say is, there's no way that you can change my mind by calling me names or by criticizing me or by marginalizing or vilifying me. You can always change my mind with facts. If you tell me I'm wrong about it, show me that I'm wrong about something, about one of my presumptions, I'm going to change my mind. And that's what happened with the abortion thing. So, my position on abortion was that it should always be a woman's choice right up to the very end. And my assumption was that any abortion that occurs during the, ninth month, you're basically killing a child, right? My presumption was that no woman's going to deliberately carry a child for 9 months and then 2 days before it's born abort it. Who would do that? So it could only be in instances where the mother's life was at stake, or there was some other, overwhelming medical issue involved. And that it shouldn't be up to a bureaucrat of the state to dictate the outcome of those kind of decisions. It should be up to the mother, her relationships with her family, her conversations with her pastor, with her doctors, etc. It's a very difficult decision. I don't want a bureaucrat making it. But then I learned I was wrong, that there are actually a huge amount, comparatively, of elective abortions at that time. And my belief is that, the state at that time, you've got a wholly formed, viable child, that the state has some interest in protecting that baby. So as you guys know, you come from presumably Irish Catholic families.
Yeah.
My family is split about this, about, right to life, right to choice. I've been a medical freedom advocate. I've been I've been the leading advocate in the country for medical autonomy, freedom of choice. So I think the woman should always choose, but in this case, if it's a fully formed baby, that the state does have some interest in protecting that life.
Yeah, but that's kind of, for me, that's kind of your charm. Where you'll like wade into these very murky waters where most times it's just like a one word answer, like I'm for blah blah blah, and it's just like you're like kind of actually going into it being like, well, I support medical autonomy, and they're like, what about a late term abortion? And you're like, all right, son of a bitch, yeah, fine. And they're just like, you blah, blah, blah. So then they just run it. They run the story as like you love to kill babies. That's like kind of the angle they're going on. And it's like if you look at it for 5 seconds, you say like every abortion is a tragedy. But I still want every woman to make the decision, not a bureaucracy. And it's like, for me, it drives me nuts to watch that. It's like, damn, this is deciding the future and the policy. It's literally like, it's a form of lying to be like, this is what this guy thinks. And you watch it and you're like, if you watched it just 2 minutes before that, it's not that at all. But and then to say like, well, I saw it and, it's like, fuck, man, I was wrong. I don't like that. I don't think it's flip-flopping. It's just being like, let me have all the, it's almost an impossibility to expect one person to have the right answer on every major issue in the country. And that's what the president is expected to do.
Start to finish.
Some people just lie. So then the presidents just lie, or they just like research, get demographics, and they say, this is what I'm going to say. It's almost like if someone agrees with everything you think, they're probably just lying, So I do applaud your ability to like wade into those waters and be like, here's what I think. You get the data, you go, okay, yeah, shit, all right. I'll think about that, differently. So I don't think it's flip-flopping. It's like actually thinking issues through rather than having a team of people be like, say this about that, get the vote, and then, business as usual. So I just wanted to commend you, that's all. Get some positive vibes.
Oh, it's interesting living in that space where, where I'm getting incoming from both sides and just an tremendous anger and from people, and particularly from people that I, knew that I was allied with for many years. And then how to deal with, to internalize that, that kind of criticism. It's easy to deal with it from the outside because it's kind of formulaic about how do I counter this. But it's been interesting, and actually it's been an important experience for me to be in a world where I'm very isolated and where, nobody believes you. And to be able to find my own resources and say, it's not important what people think of me. It's not my business what other people think of me. My job is to do what I believe is right, and then leave the outcome in God's hands, and to try to be peaceful throughout that.
It's pretty difficult. So how do you do that?
I had an experience.
I could use that myself.
I had this experience
Yeah.
when I first got sober. I went to a rehab for a while, and my wife came to visit me on January 17th, which is my birthday. And after you get a visitor, they test your urine. And I got a urine test, and it came back positive for alcohol, and not just a little alcohol, but like me walking drunk,
Like Guardiani Instagram Live.
Yeah, exactly.
What happened?
And then, so they shut down.
Good time, dude. Chill.
The golden shower.
They shut down the unit. So nobody could go out. Nobody could have visitors. They couldn't go to the gym. And then they sit in a circle and try to get me to admit that I had drank, but I hadn't drank. So the next day, so they had just like a marathon meeting, and I just said I didn't do it. Next day, they tested me again. I came back positive again. So then they went in and they took away everybody's perfume and their hairspray and anything that might have alcohol. And they were trying to figure out where is he getting that alcohol. And that happened for 13 days in a row. And at one point, I said to them, put me on suicide watch, because there was a glass box, where they can put you and observe you 24 hours. I said, put me on that so everybody knows what I'm doing. And then test me. And they said, no.
You just got hammered in glass. So they didn't put you in there.
They just said, we don't know how you're doing it. The doctor said to me, 5 years from now, you'll come back. If you're still alive, you'll come back and tell us how you did it. And they asked me to leave. And I called up my brother and I said to him, here's what's happening. And he said, you just need to come clean and tell the truth. And then I called up an uncle and he said the same thing. Oh, no. So I was like feeling, okay, there's nobody in the world who believes me right now, but I'm telling the truth. And I just started laughing, and I was talking to God, and I was saying, it's between you and me, and that's all that matters. The only thing that matters is my integrity, and I have to be happy with that. And that incident just taught me a lesson that, it doesn't, what other people think of me is not my business. It's not my concern. What my concern with is if I have personal integrity, if I'm living a life of integrity, of character, and then, we're all in the middle of a dream. We're all in the middle of an adventure. And ultimately, it's God's decision about how it turns out.
Nice. It's respectable. So how do you, okay, I have another question. So with all the, are you familiar with like the deaths of despair and all the people who are like just either killing themselves, overdosing, that whole phenomenon of like the nihilism and how it's kind of spreading? So, and this is just from like me watching you, you strike me as like a president who also has a pretty directly spiritual view. It's not like dogmatically religious from what I can tell. It's more so like you seem to have like a direct connection with like a higher power from, I guess, like recovery and all that stuff. As for being the president, or like as president, what do you think, if you were to be elected, what would your role, or like would you take it seriously trying to kind of combat like the pervasive nihilism and how that kind of relates to like the deaths of despair and all of the overdoses and stuff? You think that's like an important role, and is that like possible to even speak to? It's not like a policy thing.
I think it's absolutely critical. And, we have particularly, this younger generation of kids, Generation X and millennials, who feel completely disconnected. They're disconnected from any kind of hope for their own lives, because they're not going to live the way that our generation lived. They know that. They can't afford a house. The central fulcrum of the American dream for my generation was that if you worked hard, if you played by the rules, you're going to be able to finance a home. You're going to be able to raise a family. You're going to take a summer vacation, and you're going to put something aside for your retirement, all with one job. There is nobody in my kids' generation. I have 7 kids. One of them is in a house. The 6 younger ones, who all have good jobs, all went to great schools, none of them have a hope for getting in a home. So part of it is, and there's this poll that was taken in 2013 where Americans under 18 to 35 were asked, are you proud of the United States of America? 85% said yes. The same poll taken 4 months ago, 18% said yes. So somehow that entire generation in the last 2 presidencies has completely lost faith for their future. And I think that's part of the problem, this detachment. But also, there is the shattering of community bonds that's occurred, where people are being fragmented, they're being alienated, atomized, and a lot of it has to do with social media and the kind of decline of communication, the decline of social relationships, the destruction of Main Street, with the local, all of these little things that bound us to community, nature, the local store, the hardware store, the bookstore, the relationship, the Boy Scouts, all of the relationships that we had are now that held our country together and that built this idea of community are now being eroded, and we need to build those back. And we build those back by rebuilding our industrial base, by getting people into homes. Because if you're in a home, then you care about your community. You go to the PTA meetings, you go to you care about your police, your fire protection. You're part of a community. You're part of something bigger than yourself. But also you have equity so you can borrow money. And if you have an entrepreneurial impulse, you can pursue it. And this generation, part of going from a nation of owners, from an ownership society to a nation of renters, we go from being citizens to being subjects. And they see that happening to themselves. And, all of this alienation and dispossession that you see in that generation is this confluence of economic factors and the social media that are just driving people apart, and all the bonds that once held together are gone. One of the things I'm going to do is start these wellness farms, and that's going to be my big Peace Corps program. Right now, the biggest industry in rural areas is prisons. And I'm going to start building these wellness farms where kids can go and reconnect with the communities, where there's no cell phones, there's no screens. People raise organic food. They can attend if they want 12-step meetings, but it's their recovery areas. People can get off of SSRIs. They can get off of benzos. They can get off of illegal drugs. Go there for as long as they need to go and recover. I went to the model for this place in Italy called San Patrignano's, where they have 2,000 kids, and it's about several thousand acres. They have a vineyard. They have kennels where people learn how to take care of animals for, as part of an employment. They have a bakery. There's a prize-winning bakery. They have a winemaking facility that's, produces some of the best wines in Europe. They have a furniture factory, they have an apparel factory, they have wallpaper painting, and they have traditional artisans who are teaching these kids a trade. And when they leave, they have something. They're placed in a job when they leave. There's a place in Salt Lake called The Other Side, which is based upon that model, and they're doing the exact thing in downtown Salt Lake. And they have 300 ex-cons there, a lot of them drug addicts. And they run one of the biggest storage companies in Utah. They own a moving company. They own a lot of little companies, and they teach these people how to be reliable, how to show up on time, how to talk to other human beings, how to keep a bank account, all of the kind of the skills that you need to be part of a community and part of society. And we need to reparent this generation of kids and restore them. We're spending, right now over $100 billion on Ukraine, and we have a crisis in this country that is, that we're ignoring, and we're losing this generation of kids, and I'm going to put an end to that.
Nice,
awesome.
Yeah, that's something I always worry about too. It doesn't seem like it's going very well for a lot of people.
Yeah, but you love the Donbass region.
The what?
The Donbass region.
What's
Matt's
Donbass?
obsessed with it. That's why he keeps giving all that money to Ukraine. The last thing was Russia to get the Donbass region.
I am on a hamster wheel. That's all I podcast for, is to send more money to the Donbass.
My son went over there.
Yeah, I knew that.
Connor.
Yeah.
How's he doing?
He's good. He's practicing law now in New York. I mean, in LA. He's living with me, which is great. He's got a very, very beautiful Brazilian girlfriend who's a pop singer.
Awesome.
I think they may be getting married.
Hell
This
yeah.
thing This is all private conversation, right?
So why can't we be friends with Russia?
With Russia.
Yeah. I don't understand why we can't just be friends.
We should. I think we can be. I think
it's important.
What?
I think it's very important.
Yeah, I think it's really important too. And that's, they lost the Cold War.
Yeah.
And, the most important diplomat in modern American history is a guy called George Kennan. And he's the architect of the containment policy after World War II. And he said, in 1997, when the Clinton administration began extending NATO to the east, to putting it in all these former Soviet bloc countries, he said, you can't do that. You're treating Russia like the enemy, and it is going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're going to turn them into the enemy, because if you treat them that way, they're going to have to arm and they're going to have to defend themselves. We should be inviting them into the market. We should be inviting them into, Western life. And I think we lost a big opportunity there. And I'm not saying Putin is a good guy, because he isn't, but the Russian people like us, and
they love our culture.
Yeah.
I truly don't understand it.
The same is true of Iran, by the way. I mean, Iranians love the United States. I read this poll recently that the favorite television show for Iranian teenagers was Oprah.
Nice.
That's awesome. They're not exactly like American teenagers, but they have a fascination.
There's like 40-year-old women.
Oh, they're like,
yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. Yeah, it's like just open up trade and just be cool. I don't know. Russia for real is like
Russia scares me. I've told you every night I've been listening to this book. It's called A Nuclear War Scenario.
Yeah,
it's terrifying. It's the scariest book I've ever read, and it's like why are we even coming close to the idea of this? It's the end of the world.
And people assume that we've got the best nuclear arsenal in the world, and the Russians
do.
Yeah, I think they've got 2,500 more weapons than we do. But they have much better weapons. They have, they have better defensive weapons.
The thing that's really scary about the book is it talks about Russia's like Tundra, their early weapons. What's that, like early detection technology is like kind of subpar. So if we just launch any missiles, they have no idea, and they're like, that could be 100 missiles. It could be at Russia. We have to preemptively strike.
Oh no!
It's a nightmare. And I don't know.
But they got the best nukes.
And
they have the most. Yeah.
We have. If they do launch, or if there is a mistaken launch,
oh Jesus!
This one, Amaryllis, who's my daughter-in-law, who runs my campaign, she was a CIA agent for many years. But she says, if that's at 3:00 in the morning, and President Biden, they wake him up, and he has 7 minutes to make the call. Oh, God. And he's got.
That's all I've been thinking about the whole book. For real.
He's got 6 guys pushing him through a tunnel at full speed.
And he has to make.
During that period, while he's still running through the tunnel, he has to make the call: do you fire back or not?
Do you end the entire world or not?
Yeah.
It's
that's terrible.
It's so scary, dude. The book's so scary.
I didn't even think about accidents.
Yeah, I mean, it happened once. It happened in the Soviet Union. I think it's like in the 80s. This Russian guy, the Soviet guy, saw it was a radar malfunction, and he was like, America launched. And I guess that it was only 10 missiles. And he was like, it would be more than that if they really wanted to do it. I'm not going to tell anyone. And he was right. There was no actual
Did he
launch.
get court-martialed or something?
I'm not sure. I think he eventually
one of those guys got court-martialed.
He got considered, his nickname's like the guy who saved the planet. Because he did. Because his real job was to say, yes, they launched. And he was like,
I don't know.
This is like a big responsibility to end the world right now or not.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's very scary.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
And I never thought, it reminds me that Trump speech, he was like, it's the N-word. You ever see that?
Yeah.
It's one of the funniest speeches.
What is it?
He's doing a rally and he's like, I guess Trump he came to the conclusion that it's very serious to even discuss nuclear weapons. And he's giving a rally and he's like, there's a new N-word. And everyone's like, Jesus
Come on, man.
Christ,
Come
dude.
on.
And he's like, no, not the other one. It's like, God damn it, dude.
I don't know. I think it was 2 years ago. Your producer will probably be on top of this.
He's looking at girls on Instagram.
Where Hawaii got that notice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that there had been a launch, that there was incoming, and everybody should run into their bomb shelters, which
will do nothing. Yeah.
God damn. Yeah, that's kind of terrifying. But now, too, if we're friends with Russia, they might be like, you just like me because of my nukes.
True.
You know,
Is what?
they might just be like, you just like me because of my nukes. Russia might just be kind of like,
It is true, though.
You don't even
we
really
have to
like
like
them.
them. If they didn't have nukes, we wouldn't have to like them. But it's important we like them.
Yeah, that's what I worry about. I worry about the, you know, the organization of the world at like
That's-
the highest of levels. It seems kind of terrifying.
That's what I hated about, like, when Trump went to North Korea and was becoming close with Putin and all that. It's like, don't try to divide. Like, that's good. I don't care. That's good. That's better than them having animosity towards
He should
us.
be a permanent diplomat to like
Apparently
totalitarian.
people like him.
Yes. He's great at it.
If elected, will you send him to North Korea to this?
Yeah.
Yeah. He needs
Good
to be.
idea.
Yeah. He needs to be friends over there. Send him and Rodman.
True. Ever experienced the agony of harsh smoke, throat burning, or coughing attacks when smoking cannabis? The struggle is real, but the solution is chili. That's right. I'm talking about the smoothest way to light up, and that's with Freeze Pipe. Freeze Pipe makes a unique line of freezable pipes, bubblers, and bongs that are 80% colder than using ice cubes to chill smoke. The magic is in freezable glycerin chambers that come on every piece. Simply pop the chamber in the freezer.
What?
I read it every week.
Don't laugh.
I'm sorry.
We're in the middle of a presidential
Simply
interview.
pop the chamber in the freezer for 1 hour, and the smoke passes through. It's instantly chilled by over 300 degrees, so every puff arrives ice cold and cough free.
That's nice.
It does, dude. They work. That's all I can say. I've done it. They're fantastic. American owned and with over 100,000 happy customers, Freeze Pipe uses the thickest glass and market-leading glycerin chambers for a smoother experience you have to feel to believe. Ditch harsh smoke forever by visiting thefreezepipe.com. Use code DRENCHED for 10% off your order. That's thefreezepipe.com and code DRENCHED for 10% off. Shop today for free shipping and smoke like royalty without paying a king's ransom.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's important.
It's also funny. This is in the middle of an RFK interview.
I know. I was thinking that.
Let's take a break from talking to a presidential candidate and let's talk about Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with more than 5 million members. It is the most fun and exciting way to get in on the action. Oh, I thought you were laughing about something.
No.
While you watch your favorite sports and players, you just pick more or less on 2 or more player stats for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Testing my skills on Prize Picks this playoff basketball season is the most simple way to get in on the action. You just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and submit your lineup. Prize Picks offers injury insurance so that your lineups they stay in play even if one of your players gets injured this basketball season. That's nice.
Yeah, that is.
If you have a player who exits the game in the first half and does not return in the second, Prize Picks will have your back and not count that as a loss.
Hell yeah.
Personal endorsement. I love it.
You got any more picks? You nailed it.
I mean,
dude.
I nailed it last week with DiVincenzo, but Kyrie's at 22.5. Luka's at 28.
I go Kyrie.
No, you mean
More.
more.
My bad. Can't say that. More.
More.
I go more.
You're going more on Kyrie?
Yeah.
They're
Go
playing,
more.
who are they playing? OKC, that's right. What's Gillis Alexander at? Is he on there? Don't be sorry, Sean.
Yeah, check it out, man.
Jesus Christ.
They do points, rebounds, and assists, and it's 44.5. That's pretty good.
Can I take the line?
combined.
Can I go some
I'm going
more
to go
or less?
Gilgis. I'm going Gilgis.
Gilgis.
More.
Nice. What
All
about
right.
rebounds? Can I do something else on rebounds?
Yeah, you totally.
It combines them. So you're taking Kyrie. Oh, wait. So Kyrie's 22 all combined?
No, they do just points as well.
Oh, okay.
That's the only option.
Betting
they
on
have
some
for
or
Gilgeous
doing
is
more or less on some bounds would be nice.
You can more or less bounce.
I want more or less on some bounds.
Who you more or less on bounds?
Sean Bradley.
All right.
Kyrie for sure.
Download the app today and use code DRENCHED for a first deposit match up to $100. Again, download the Prize Picks app and use code DRENCHED for a first deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
Fantastic. Here we go. Oh, yes. Shout out to our favorite sponsor, True Classic, for making us fellas look and feel good no matter how we move. Elevate your style this summer with True Classic, where timeless pieces meet modern comfort. Our favorite sponsor, True Classic, is here to help. Is here to help you make it a summer to remember in clothes that you will never forget. Say goodbye to old, worn-out tees and hello to True Classic's ultra-comfortable essentials range, from fitted t-shirts, athleisure, jeans, sweaters, outerwear, and more. Make it a True Classic. Whether you're hitting the gym, relaxing at home, or exploring the globe, True Classic has you covered. They've already helped over 2 million men look great in their apparel, and now you can save big while you do so. Dude, honestly, True Classic has been storming my closet, and they might be my favorite tees out of all the tees.
True.
Hand on the Bible.
True.
When I put them on, if I closed my eyes and did just like a field test, I've been loving True Classics.
Classic.
I've been looking for the most comfortable tee, I should say. I almost said most expensive. I'm looking for the most comfortable. And
It's going to be important to find a nice and comfortable tee, especially down here in the Texas sun.
I've been trying different tees, and they're actually very, very comfortable. For a limited time only, get 25% off when you shop now with my exclusive link at trueclassic.com/drenched. Designed to accentuate your best features, True Classic shirts are tailored for a perfect fit, snug in the arms and chest with just the right amount of room in the midsection. The best part is that True Classic sells premium products at an affordable price. You can get their best-selling t-shirts, hoodies, jeans, and more in 3, 6, and 9 packs. Looking to dress up? Explore the short-sleeve button-ups for a relaxed yet polished summer look. Pair them with True Classics authentic jeans for a laid-back vibe that never goes out of style. So if you're ready to upgrade your closet, shop now with my exclusive link at trueclassic.com/MSSP and save up to 25% off your first order. Discover the perfect blend of summer vibes and timeless elegance with True Classic. Shop now and elevate your summer wardrobe with these.
Please elevate your summer wardrobe.
Also, I'll be in Indianapolis this weekend. Please come to Indianapolis. And then the Comedy Works, Denver. I'll be in Denver as well. Come to Denver and then go to mattmccusker.com for other places I'll be at doing stand-up. Please.
Yeah, ShaneMGillis.com for shows. And also May 23rd, tires.
You.
Thank you.
That's got to be crazy too, because you don't really have like a broadcast home where like Trump was getting kind of defended by Fox for a while, then like MSNBC would slam him, and Biden, MSNBC would defend Biden. You get attacked from pretty much every major news organization, which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of these new networks like News Nation that give me a platform.
The Hill,
The Hill, they like me, but then they turned on me on Gaza.
Oh yeah.
But I like watching them. I think that they're trying to play it straight. That they don't have an ideology really. But
can I ask, what was it that they turned on you for Gaza?
Well, they the woman who's on that show, Brianna, who was I think she was Bernie's press secretary. And she feels like she accepts the narrative that Israel. My understanding is that Israel has no legitimacy in the region, and that it doesn't have a right to defend itself, and that the war is in Gaza is sort of a war of aggression by Israel, and that they should be out.
Right. Yeah, you caught a lot of heat about the Israel stuff. Again, which goes to the, if you wanted to just read the room and just do the talking points, you could just be like, bam, 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 and get out and be the man.
That's a tough one. There's no real talking points on Israel.
Yeah, but if you were younger voters,
it's two clashing narratives. But
yeah,
the younger voters, the people of the anti-war movement, the left wing of the Democratic Party that was kind of starting to lean toward me, a lot of those people are believe that they're helping Palestine by supporting Hamas, which I don't think is a good way to look at it. I think you have to separate Hamas from Palestinians. I consider myself extremely pro-Palestinian, and I think leaving Gaza in the hands of Hamas is a non-starter. It means that nobody can really rebuild Gaza. It means that Hamas continues operating their kleptocracy there, and training the kids to hate, to kill, to invade Israel. I don't see that it's there's been 5 ceasefires, and every one of them Hamas has used to rearm, to regroup, to hoist the banner, and to attack again. And Hamas says that's what we're going to do. We're going to do October 7th, October 7th, October 7th until Israel's gone. Oh, they don't want any territorial concessions. There's nothing you can negotiate. In fact, in their charter, they have a number of provisions that say even negotiating with Israel is a violation of Islamic law. So I don't see how you sit down and how you just stop fighting if they've declared war. They've Since 2006, they've shot an average of 2,000 missiles a year at Israel. This war has been going on for 21 years. It really started in 2001. And I don't see, that you just stop fighting. I don't understand it.
I heard a rumor that Netanyahu funded Hamas. You ever hear that rumor?
Netanyahu, Israel did not create Hamas.
Yeah.
Hamas created itself, but Netanyahu has approved the funding of Hamas through Qatar, at least $1.5 billion and probably closer to $5 billion. And he has, you don't have to speculate about his motives. Part of his motives was to keep peace. And this is what he'll say. We were buying them off to try to stop them from attacking us. But he also said very clearly at one point that it's better to support Hamas because as long as Hamas exists, they can't, the Gazan Palestinians won't make common cause with the West Bank, which is, because the Palestinian Authority, which runs the West Bank, is antagonistic to Hamas. And to keep them apart assures that there won't be a two-state solution. So I think Netanyahu was, part of his motive was to sabotage a two-state solution. And people say, okay, well, that was what he was doing, and therefore we should condemn all of Israel. But, he's one guy.
Yeah.
And, when George Bush and Dick Cheney were running this country, they did some pretty sketchy stuff, including invade a country that did nothing to us.
Yeah.
And destroy it. And yet, we don't all hate America and say that we have no right to exist.
Fair point. That's a pretty fair point. Yeah, it's one of those things I always try to read about, and no matter what I read, it's like swayed one way or the other deeply, and you're like, they get me all the time. But I know a lot of the independent younger YouTubers are pro-Palestine. But
the Dave Smith had a good one. Our friend Dave Smith, he's a libertarian Jewish man.
Oh, I know Dave Smith. I debated him. I did an hour debate with him on Palestine.
He had a good tweet about it the other day about how the media now, like the media allowed, like the BLM, the protests that they got pretty wild. They were all supporting that, but the second college students almost entirely peacefully protesting Israel, they are condemning across the board almost. And he was like, the reason it's simple is because the BLM protests made Trump look bad. The Palestine-Israel conflict makes Biden look bad. And that's why the media is clearly, I don't know, I thought that was interesting. I don't think I have a question there, but.
No, it was a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, right? I think.
Yeah, no, I read the same thing. I liked it too.
Yeah.
No, I liked it too. And it is true. It is kind of nuts.
What do you think of that?
I think people should be able to peacefully protest. And, that's part of the right of being an American. So, when, at some point does those protests become across the line, if you block students from going to class, if you block Jewish students from going to class, if you're occupying buildings, if you're trespassing, the university has a right to, to discipline you. The rights are very different if you're on a state school campus, because the state really should not be censoring anybody on the First Amendment. But if you're in a private school campus and you have community guidelines that protect, for example, non-white students, the same protection should be given to Jewish students.
Yeah, it sucks because the thing they do that I don't like with the Israel debates, if you're like, I don't like what Israel's doing in this case, or like you're anti-Semitic, you hate the Jews, and it's like, dude, I truly don't. But that's the one trap I think they fall into, where it's like, you must hate Jewish people, and it's like, no, dude, I just think that one particular instance is kind of bad. So
yeah, it's tough. I feel like Israel is a democracy, it's the only democracy in the Mideast, and that part of the duty of living in a democracy is that you criticize your own government, and that we all have I don't know if an obligation, but we all have a right to criticize the government of Israel without being anti-Semitic. I think it turns into anti-Semitism when you're applying a double standard, when you're judging Israel by standards that you're not judging the neighboring countries or West Bank or Gaza. If you say Israel is guilty of genocide, which clearly it is not. Israel, there were in 1948 when the Palestinians left Israel, 750,000 of them left. There's now 7.2 million. So it's the opposite of genocide. And if you look at the surrounding countries during that war, those countries expelled their Jewish populations. There's many of those countries, for example, Jordan, where there's not a single Jew. And the countries that still have, there's only, I think, 15,000 Jews remaining in all of those countries. And that is a genocide, and it's continuing. And those countries are also committing genocide, many of them against Christians, like real, organized, systematic, we're going to kill you if you don't leave. And that's not true in Israel. Israel, if you're a Palestinian in Israel, there's 1.8 million Palestinians who have Israeli citizenship, and they have all the rights of Jews. They vote in elections. They can run for the Knesset. There's 10 Arabs who are serving in the Knesset. They can run for prime minister. They serve on every level of the judiciary. In fact, 4 years ago, a district court judge who is Arab convicted an Israeli prime minister of corruption and put him in jail for 7 years. And that decision was upheld by an Arab judge on the Supreme Court. Nothing like that could happen in the West Bank. In fact, these protests, if you tried to do these kind of protests in the West Bank or Gaza, you would be killed. There's no free speech. There's no freedom of press. There's freedom. In fact, I think there's 27 states in the Middle East, and I think 26 of them have an official religion, and Israel is the only one that doesn't. Israel has freedom of religion. You can worship anybody you want in Israel without penalty. You can, people who are Arab or Druze or other nationalities and ethnicities, Shia or Sunni, have all the same rights as a Jew. So, saying that saying that Israel commits genocide without talking about what's really happening around them is a double standard. And when there's no freedom of the press. There's no in West Bank or Gaza. If you even talk about these things, about opposing the leadership, your life is at risk. If you're gay, you get killed.
Heard that. Yeah.
If you're a woman, you have no rights. There's
Yeah, I've heard they're pretty tough on that as well.
Yeah.
What did Dave Smith say?
Tough on crime.
What did Dave Smith say? What did Dave Smith say to all that? What did he say? Nah.
Oh, well, we didn't. Dave is a very smart guy.
Yeah.
He's one. And that's why I wanted to talk to him about this. Because I wanted to talk to them. I think he's probably the smartest guy out there on that from that point of view. Oh, he avoided a lot of these. Our conversation avoided a lot of those issues, and I think it was much narrower conversation. I think.
Yeah, those debates spin off into like in 1942, the jurors, blah, 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 and they did this, and the Battle of blah blah blah. And I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
but yeah, they should really put that into more of a ceasefire. But it is tough because
it's hard to talk about the issue without talking about the history.
Yeah,
because it goes. There's kind of an assumption that Israel is not a legitimate country somehow, and that all of those countries were created by the British and the French after World War I when they cut up the Ottoman Empire. And Woodrow Wilson had said to them, "I will only participate in this war if the people who are living in those countries get to govern those countries." So Britain was given the leadership over the administration of the Palestinian Mandate, which was Palestine, which was one of the bigger chunks of the Ottoman Empire. And Britain made a decision. They actually went and interviewed people, and they interviewed the Jews and the Arab. There was a Jewish population and an Arab population, and the Jews are always been a second-class race. They were called dhimmis since Muhammad conquest. And the Muslim leader, whose name was Mufti al-Husani, said, if this is all our land. There's nothing here for the Jews, and we don't even want a state even a mile wide for Jews. And any Jew that stays here will have second-class citizenship. The British said the Jews had helped the British in World War I and World War II, and the Arabs had been against them. Oh, the Jews had taken Israel's promise that we're going to give you your homeland here. They said they were going to give them all of Palestine. Instead, they gave 85% of Palestine to Arabs, and they gave them a little sliver, about 10 to 15%. And so Israel, but all of those nations were created out of whole cloth, and none of them made any sense. I mean, Syria had a Kurdish population in it that was never given a homeland. The Christians were given a homeland in Lebanon because there's a lot of Maronite Christians, so they were given their own homeland. The Jews were given a small, tiny little homeland in Palestine, which is, where there had been a Jewish presence there for 2,700 years. The Arabs were given most of it. And but there's a feeling among the Arabs the Jews shouldn't have any of it, and that's really what this dispute is about.
How could we end it?
Nukes. No.
Listen,
They keep bringing that shit up.
I know.
The thing is that Israel is at peace with two of its neighbors. When I was growing up, it was inconceivable that Israel would ever have a peace agreement with Jordan or Egypt. And it has peace agreements. Now you have the Abraham Accords that are three more nations that want to make peace with Israel. And it appeared that Saudi Arabia also wants to join the Abraham Accords. And, Saudi Arabia did something really interesting, which is after 9/11, because Saudi Arabia had a very, very radicalized population. And those were the people, I think 26 of the hijackers on 9/11 were Saudis, because they had these Wahhabi, this strain of Wahhabism, which is a very radical form of Islam and jihadist form. And the Saudi Arabian government had encouraged it. But after 9/11, they were critiqued all over the world, and they made a decision: we're going to de-radicalize, and they put in place all of these programs to de-radicalize their population, and it worked. And so I think the ultimate solution is economic development. We need, Gaza should be one of the richest, most pleasant places to live in the world. It has miles of white sand beaches. It's the beautiful bluffs. It has the richest agricultural land. It has a foot of topsoil. It's an oasis, so it has abundant fresh water. It has a port that is at the confluence of the Mediterranean Sea and the Suez Canal and all the trade routes from Africa, Mideast, Asia, and Europe. It should be the Singapore of the West. And if you had people who are focused on economic development, this place would be thriving. But instead, all of the money that they get, they steal. The top guy at Hamas, Ismail Haniyeh, has a net worth of $5 billion, which he's stolen every penny of it. His two lieutenants have a net worth collectively of $6 billion. And all the other money they get, they spend building an underground city, 300 miles of tunnel. Imagine the innovative and the entrepreneurial and the resourcefulness of these people to be able to make 300 miles of tunnels under their city. And all that's gone to war. What if you put those, that resourcefulness to work actually building a society that people could be proud of, which is what the Jews did. The Jews took a piece of Israel, of Palestine, a little tiny sliver 9 miles across, and it's now got one of the highest GDPs in the world. And it was barren wasteland for thousands of years. And, the people in Gaza have that capacity. And I think if the world comes together around them and says, we're not going to tolerate Hamas anymore, we're going to create a Marshall Plan so that, you and your children and generations of children can thrive. This is what we did after World War II. The Nazis ran Germany. We denazified them, and now they're the richest country in Europe, and nobody worries about them going to war because we got rid of that ideology. The same thing happened in Japan. It's the richest, what is it? Japan, I think, third richest country in the world. So, I think you can de-radicalize them with good leadership. The problem is that, there's some institutions there, including the United Nations, that have actually amplified the problem rather than trying to solve it.
That's a good answer.
The regime
so
changes.
far, is this your funniest interview that you've ever done?
This is good.
No, that's good.
But the regime changes in Germany and Japan, that was a pretty heavy cost.
I mean, we
It's gonna be harder to-
killed 2 million German civilians.
Yeah. It's going to be harder. It's difficult to do that.
Well, but it's a much smaller country, right?
Yeah.
So, it did come at a heavy cost, but I think to me, you have to get rid of the step one is they have to get rid of Hamas, because let's say Israel left right now. Israel left Lebanon, and and Lebanon immediately Hezbollah became the hero, and the kind of the world became 10 times as powerful because it looked like they had defeated Israel militarily. So if Israel leaves right now, it makes Hamas 10 times as powerful, and then they leave an enemy at their border that they know is just rebuilding for the next attack, and that it's not going to negotiate with them. It will not be satisfied with any outcome except the annihilation of Israel. So I think you have to get rid of that ideology. And at the end of World War II, Roosevelt and Churchill met at Casablanca to decide what was going to happen. This was after the Normandy invasion. They knew that they had the capacity then to destroy Germany. And Churchill said, we should not do an unconditional surrender, because if we do that, then every German is going to fight to the death. And Roosevelt said, if we don't do unconditional surrender and we don't denazify Germany, they're going to come back in 10 years and do it again. As soon as they get another generation, they're going to come back. You got to denazify them. Oh, I think the same argument applies to Hamas, is that you got to get rid of them in order to give the Palestinians a chance to really rebuild their country. And then the whole world has to come to their aid and start, incentivizing economic development rather than, the devotion, the commitment to all of their human and financial resources to a war machine. After World War II, we had between 1944 and 1948, we did the Marshall Plan in Europe, and there were 17 countries in Europe. We rebuilt them all. And we rebuilt them. The amount of money that we gave in the Marshall Plan was $626 per capita, per person in all of those countries over a 4-year period. And in 2023 dollars. So it was $42 at that point. Today it's $626. We've given over the past 20 years $8,600 to every Palestinian. And yet they're worse off than when we found them. Why? Because all that money's been used, either stolen or used to build a war machine. And so, it's just throwing money down a rabbit hole instead of building a society that makes people proud, that, makes people hopeful about their future, that gives them power in the world and sovereignty over their own destinies. And that's what we need to do for the Palestinian people.
Yeah, it's just tough now. Like in World War II, you could people go to war and they'd be like, oh yeah, whatever. It just is what it is. Now with there's footage, there's babies dead. It's all of it can just be spun into just you don't know what.
You're seeing it on social media.
Yeah, and you're just this is terrible. So like you were saying, if you have to, take military intervention to remove Hamas, Shane's you have to kill hundreds of thousands of people. It's I feel like people feel they see the effects of war more acutely now. So it just seems
they do a good job of keeping the Ukrainian footage out.
Yeah.
You don't see that.
Yeah, I guess you really don't.
I think that's interesting.
I haven't seen. You don't see any of it at all?
Rarely. You see some drone operating footage, but there's really not that much online about what's going on in Ukraine.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Compared to Israel-Palestine.
There's video. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I don't know.
You know what? I mean, there's much worse wars going on right now than in Ukraine.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's been 300,000 kids killed in Yemen.
Yeah.
And, we're supporting that war and nobody complains about it.
Yeah.
And, then there's in Syria, the same thing. What they did to the Kurdish population in Syria and Iraq, we killed 500,000 kids. With the sanctions and with the war, 500,000 children died.
Yeah.
To get rid of a guy who never did anything to us.
Oh, terrible.
So so we do have to ask ourselves, and there's conflicts all over the world right now that are worse than what's happening in Gaza. And why is nobody complaining? Why don't we have protests? Do we only protest when there's Jews involved, or do we care about all these other places where Muslims are being killed? The Uyghurs in China, all over there are slaughters taking place of Muslims and evictions taking place, and nobody's complaining about them. But it's just one place where they complain, and that's when it happens to be when the one Jewish nation in the world. And by the way, people say when they say Israel is an apartheid state. How can you say that when every nation in the region has actual apartheid rules and Israel is the only one that doesn't? The apartheid was in South Africa and there was 143 rules that were race-based and that punished minority races or give them, and Gaza has that. In the West Bank, it's the death penalty for selling property to a Jew. In Jordan, it's the death penalty for selling property to a Jew. Why aren't people complaining about the apartheid state in Jordan? Or,
they set the bar pretty low over in the Middle East. They set the bar pretty low in the Middle East.
And that's what I mean by a double standard.
Yeah, it's bad.
There's a famous story about the guy who is the president of Harvard. His name Richard Lowell in the 1920s, and he was trying to get. Harvard was the first Ivy League school that let Jews in. And he was trying to get rid of all the Jews at Harvard. So he made the applications by Jews much, much more rigorous than the application process for other people. And he was asked, why are you doing that? And he said, because Jews cheat. And people would say to him, well, other people cheat too. And he'd say, you're trying to change the subject. I'm talking about the Jews. So that is the kind of level of conversation that you have when you say, well, Jordan kills people executes people for selling land to Jews. Stop talking about Jordan. I want to talk about Israel.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Because there is everyone. It's taken for granted. Like, oh yeah, they throw people off roofs and stuff. Like we all know that. Obviously.
Also, thankfully, Harvard has since changed their racial acceptance policy.
Yeah, true. They use it against Chinese people.
A real quick one. What's going on in Haiti? Are we going to help Haiti ever figure out what's going on down there?
I mean, every time we've intervened in Haiti, it's made Haiti worse off. But, it's the poorest country in the hemisphere, and it's in total chaos right now. I'll tell you an interesting story about Haiti. And Haiti was it was the pearl of the Caribbean. It was the richest colony that France owned. And during the Revolutionary War, France came over, sent armies over and helped us win the revolution. They had a couple of battalions that were all black from Haiti that came over here and fought. And those guys saw what was happening in America, and they said, we can do the same thing. So they went back to Haiti, and they started a revolution against the French. At that time, there were Americans who were coming down the Ohio River into onto the Mississippi and invading New Orleans, which was a French possession. So there were Americans flooding into New Orleans, and the French were worried that the Americans were going to take New Orleans away. So it sent the biggest fleet in history over to New Orleans to get rid of all the Americans. And they said, on our way, we're going to stop in Haiti and suppress this rebellion. They stopped in Haiti, and the Haitians wiped them out, along with yellow fever. They destroyed the French army, the French military, and the French had to go limp back to France without ever going to New Orleans. And when they got back to France, they had bankrupted the country. And so Napoleon had to sell New Orleans, the Louisiana Purchase, to America for, I think, $28 million. And it was Haiti that really created, in that way, that played such a key role in creating our country. And the Haitians expected support from us because they were the second place in the world that had a revolution against colonialism. They were trying to start a democracy. But the slave owners in the American South were very, very worried about the example. So so the U.S. government therefore boycotted and starved Haiti, and that was the beginning of the destruction because it was the richest island in the Caribbean in the world. And because of that, because they were being starved to death, they had to cut down all the trees, and the soil eroded, and you had this cycle where the U.S. then goes in and invades periodically with the Marines, and every time just takes a little more out of Haiti. So it's a sad example of U.S. foreign policy.
That's pretty terrible. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Haiti's. There was a good podcast on it, Revolutions, about the Haitian Revolution. It's pretty awesome. I know you're running out of time. I understand.
true.
I understand. But yeah, we should help them out. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
we gotta help help our neighbors out.
yeah. That'd be awesome to do.
Work on those cartels a little.
So
Let's figure it out.
I have one quick question left. So I don't think you've never voted before, have you?
No.
Neither of us have ever voted before. How do you do it? How do we vote? I know we got to fill out a form online to register. How do you actually vote?
I've never done it before.
How do you vote? Yeah. How old are you?
38.
And you never
I
voted?
told you my generation is dispossessed. You don't make fun of me.
I'll tell you what. You don't need an ID.
You don't need an ID.
You definitely don't need an ID. That would be racist.
Yeah, true.
Wouldn't it be racist if you need an ID? Anyway, I'm gonna go.
No,
to
I'm just
bar.
kidding. We go online.
Those racist bastards better not check my ID at the
True.
bar.
True. I know how you do it. You go online, fill it out, and then go in there.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I'm going to do when I get into the White House is the first day I'm going to order the passport office or order the post office and the State Department to issue passport cards to every American who can't afford them. Because right now there's a lot of Americans who don't have ID. They don't have a government issued photo ID. Mainly they're people, they're elderly. They're all Democratic constituency. They're elderly people whose licenses have expired. They're young college students who can't get a license. I mean, who haven't gotten a license yet. Because that whole generation. I mean, when I was, the day I was 16th birthday, I had my driver's license.
Yeah.
I currently have an expired license, and it's hard to get.
You do?
It's hard to get an ID in Texas.
Yeah.
You have to sign up like 3 months in advance.
Yeah, and it's a nightmare to go
forget
into
to go.
DMV.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to do that. Yeah. And then there are minorities in cities who don't have driver's licenses because they don't have a car. So that's why the Democratic Party does not want voter ID at the voting booth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, and nobody wants to go to DMV, but there's 30,000 post offices, and anybody who is a U.S. citizen ought to be able to go there and get a government-issued photo ID. Al Sharpton and Andrew Young have said, if I do that, they will waive any objection to requiring a ID at the voting booth. So that will diffuse this huge tension between Republicans and Democrats about, you don't want ID at the voting booth. We do. Yeah. Obviously, we should have ID. And I understand why the Democrats don't like it because it disenfranchises millions of their voters. We could solve that problem that way. The other thing is, if you don't have a driver's license or a government-issued photo ID, you're a second-class citizen. You can't open a bank account. You can't go to get on an airplane. You can't stay in a hotel. You can't see your kid at school. So it will solve problems for a lot of other people. And then right now it's illegal to employ an illegal alien, an undocumented alien. But people do it anyway because